When I was a child, I walked around with my hands stretched to my side. And in the front seat, I spread my fingers out when I learned to drive. Well, I was waiting for your hand, I was waiting for you. Yeah, I was waiting for your hand, I was waiting for you. When I was alone, I watched them slip as they sliced into my skin. At that hospital, where the blood poured over my arms and the light shined in. Well, I was waiting for your hand, I was waiting for you. Yeah, I was waiting for your hand, I was waiting for you. I was overjoyed at the hope that you'd walk in at a red light. All the days that I did not know if I'd make it through the night. How lucky am I to be alive, to love you. How lucky am I to be alive, to love you. Let me go back and tell me I'll survive, and say someday you will find me. Let me go back and tell me I'll survive, and say someday you will find me. Let me go back and tell me when I was a child. Let me go back and tell me when I was a child. Let me go back and tell me when I was a child. Let me go back and tell me I was overjoyed at the hope that you'd walk in at a red light. All the days that I did not know if I'd make it through the night. How lucky am I to be alive, to love you. How lucky am I to be alive.
In a world ravaged by monsters, chaos, and strife, a land in turmoil cried out for a hero. They were adventurers, forged together in the threads of fate. They are not what the world wants, but what the world gets. Together, their courage will change something?
Hello, and welcome to Adventures in the Known World. I am Amanda, your DM for this evening and for this whole campaign, really. And we also have, we have Robin, and Leo, Heike, Taylor, Alan, and Bailey. And if you have been following us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/knownworldadventures, you would have learned a little bit about them, as well as the episode last week where they talked a little bit about themselves and their characters. And yeah, so Adventures of the Known World is a Dungeons & Dragons campaign set in the world of Xena, Warrior Princess, and Hercules, the Legendary Journeys. Think of this campaign as an improvised fanfiction in the Xenoverse, where fate is determined by dice rolls, and the heroes are what Xenites hate most about fanfics, chock full of Mary Sues. Story takes place during the 25 years that Xena and Gabrielle were presumed dead, when in fact they were just taking a long, cold, icy nap in a mountain somewhere. The world still needed a hero, so we'll see if these adventurers can fill them with shoes. While you should not expect to see Xena or Gabrielle in this campaign, it will be riddled with familiar characters and lore from ancient Greece. The D&D content featured in this campaign is a mix of homebrew as well as content from Wizards of the Coast and Arcadia, which is a Kickstarter that you can find online. It's awesome. And sound effects and music by Sirenscape, because epic games need epic sounds. And special music featured by Hey King. You can check them out on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Bandcamp, Facebook. They're kind of everywhere. Taylor, do you want to plug yourself?
Plug it? No, I mean, yeah, cool. Our third single and then the EP come out in August. So it's going to be really cool. We have new songs, but my favorite is the sex song. And we're pretty much editing this music video to be like a really beautiful sex tape of Natalie and I. So
I think I saw that song played with a Xena music video.
Yes, we did. That was our first performance at Z-Night Retreat, and it was amazing. And we played it to like a fan-made video in the background, like an MV. It was really sick.
By Sarah B., who is an amazing video person. If you watch any of her Xena music videos, it's just like, you can just replay them for hours and hours and hours. It's awesome. Mind-blowing.
She's an amazing person, period. Like,
yeah. All the people you need at Z-Night Retreat. And then the Z-Night community.
Penny. Special guest, Penny. I'm joking.
Right?
Oh, that would be amazing. Amanda.
Right. Got my 20.
I freaking agree. What?
For the finale. Penny for the finale.
Penny's gonna be either like the god of all gods, or she's gonna be the big bad. I'm not gonna tell you which is which. She's gonna show up in another.
That'll be crazy. Oh my god.
Just drop a bombshell. Should be awesome. Yeah, we plan to have special guests kind of riddled throughout the whole thing, but right now we're going to be getting to know us, because we're important too. Alrighty. So we will jump right in. Previously on Adventures of the Known World, fate had brought our adventurers to the city of Delphi for various reasons. Saphis was there to visit the Oracle, was unsuccessful in getting there after waiting all day in line. They had met a man named Karis in line. So I keep saying Karis. Karis in line. Karis was there to find a guard named Pythian to find out some information about some temples that were attacked. Unfortunately, had no luck, so off he went to the Saucy Satyr, where a man of very high importance to the city of Delphi this week, Aetos, was sitting there by himself, enjoying a meal. Aetos was brought in by special invitation to carry the torch of Prometheus, the mountain, Mount Parnassus, to light it with the flames inside the mountain, and deliver the torch, kind of like the Olympic torch, to the Pythian Games, signifying the opening ceremonies, and it's a big honor, and he's kind of getting the special treatment. Everyone that's staying at the Saucy Seder, you kind of have shit rooms compared to Aidos. VIP. And while there, two cloaked figures also had arrived. They were just passing through Delphi. More of a shopping trip, not really interested in singing Oracle, didn't even know about the Pythian Games, kind of just arrived there randomly with their nice little dog Gallagher. So that was Regan and Driana. And Eba showed up just at the nick of time before the barkeep Quintus spilt all over Aidos, all the drinks. So that was really, really good timing. Pays to have high dexterity. Then Saphis eventually joined them. And the six of them, and the dog, can't forget the dog, saved the kitchen staff from an attack of snakes, where they learned that snakes had been really there a lot more than snakes usually appear in the town. Whatever's drawing them to the city, you don't know, but the town is a little bit paranoid about that, because there is a lot of lore about a dragon named Python that battled with Apollo. Whole lore about that, and they think that the snakes are an omen that Python might be returning. So it's got everyone a little paranoid. And after that, Pytites, the guard that Karis was wanting to find, happened to come into the tavern and gave some information that there was a visitor dressed in robes of Aphrodite, and did not have any information about the attacks on the Aphrodite temples, which was a little suspicious. Not a whole lot of information, but a good start, which is exactly what Karis needed. And the rest of the night went fairly well. The new friends, as Quintus is trying to force everyone to be in a friendship, enjoyed their evening, eventually went to bed, and Driana was visited by a familiar voice in her dreams, which gave off some whispers, and we're going to start there. I'm going to allow Driana a little bit of a roleplay opportunity, because those some pretty creepy whispers that visited her in her dreams. So we'll go ahead and start off there.
So I'm just like straight. Okay. So I guess I'll sleep and. Not again. No. And she'll just start, like, sobbing.
Like, would you be hiding it at all? Like, would it be loud enough to wake me up?
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't be being subtle about it. I'm scared and panicked, so.
I'd wake up and know that nightmares are a common occurrence for you. And, send Gallagher over to sit with you and keep you company.
Yeah, I'll calm down some and sort of bury my face in, like, his collar and try to compose myself a little bit.
Jory, are you okay?
No, I had another vision.
What was it?
It was so hard to tell. There was so much wrath and anger in the voice, but something about the moon and war and death. I think something bad's about to happen. I'm scared, Regan. Really.
Well, I mean, you've had nightmares before, but the voice, is that new? Have you had a voice before, or has it just been images in the past?
No, it's the same voice. It's always been. Although this one seemed angrier and more threatening than it ever really has before. I don't know. I don't know if it has to do with us or, maybe our new companions we just met, but I think someone's really in danger.
Do you think we're in danger from the new companions? We're about to go halfway up a mountain with them. We'd be pretty far away from any sort of assistance.
I mean, they seem nice. The Satyr's a little weird, but the rest of them seem okay. But I mean, there's really no way to know. Like, did you get a bad feeling off of them?
No, but I'm not really good at reading people. I like reading books instead. We'll just have to be cautious, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, Regan, please, really, we need to be careful. I don't know what I'd do if anything happened to you.
Yeah, same. We'll just have to keep looking out for each other, I guess. We've got Gallagher, but
You do. He's a good boy.
we would just have to be careful.
Oh, I'm sorry I woke you.
It's alright. Are you able to go back to sleep now?
Would it be okay if Gallagher stayed in my bed with me?
Yeah, of course. But we need to get some rest. We've got a long week tomorrow, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's sure to be a exciting, terrifying, and exhausting day tomorrow, so...
And dangerous if your dream's any kind of premonition.
I think it might be, so... Yes, let's be well rested.
Yeah, alright. Good night.
Night, Regan. And roll over and just sort of snuggle with Gallagher.
Awesome. So everyone enjoyed the benefits of a long rest. And the next morning, Quintus is already up and already starting breakfast, and he sees the Promethean Ranger come down, and he greets Aetos. Oh, hello, sir. Good morning. A hearty breakfast for you to start your journey?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, I guess I'll have some breakfast before I start the journey. I'm still waiting for my friends. Well, hope they show up.
Oh yes, they will be joining you. I'm so happy. We love when people are brought together for different reasons. Isn't it just great? The things that you learn, the gifts that are bestowed upon you. It's wonderful. What can I get you? And I'll have you roll a d6 and I'll let you know what's on the menu for the morning.
D6. Here we go. Now I got 6.
A 6. He'll tell you we have our regular adventuring breakfast, which is boiled oats served with cream and fresh fruit, or we have bread. But not just any bread, it's bread that's dipped in a mix of cream and eggs and has a special cinnamon, and then we fry it and top it off with an amethyst syrup and whipped cream. This cinnamon is very special, and it comes from India, and it's not like the common kind that we usually get. It's very, very good, and it has some anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. Probably something that... Yeah? I thought so. Someone that's on this adventure, especially with all the snakes and everything, anti-inflammatories, gives a good little start, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess any help will be appreciated, I guess.
Awesome.
On this journey.
He will go and prepare that for you. And we're going to have Chorus.
Yes.
And Kiba. You're welcome to enter anytime.
he was a morning person. He's up and he's already done like all of his stretches, read some books, read a chapter actually. He doesn't read a whole book. Sorry about that. And is just like making his way to get a good vegetarian meal from Quintus.
Awesome. He'll prepare you. He'll say that he can do the bread without the egg, if that's something that you would like to do. He has a special chia seeds that makes the same consistency to make everything stick, or you can go with the fruit and oats, or just even a fruit.
Fruit and oats with some bread would be amazing.
Awesome. He'll prepare
Thank
that for
you
you.
so much.
Okay. Before Cars goes down to eat, he's going to set himself up and do a little bit of divination that he can do once a week. And okay, so he sits down and he like burns a couple seeds and says, "Essential Demeter, friend of the farmer, I bid thee for guidance." And just gonna ask if joining this interesting group will aid me on my quest.
Okay. You wait a few moments, and then you hear a crack as the air behind you is stirred. And before you can turn around, you hear a voice, a female voice, and it says, "Praying to another goddess can really make another girl jealous. When is the last time Demeter has ever shown up for one of her worshippers? Half the year she becomes a hermit, and the other half she's totally obsessed with that daughter of hers, and all they do is play in the fields and the gardens. And now with everything that's going on in Mount Olympus, she's even more introverted. Girl just can't handle the drama."
You're not Demeter.
No, honey. It's me, Aphrodite.
Yeah, hi. Wasn't expecting you.
That's so sad to hear. Why wouldn't you expect to see me? You are my chosen, after all.
That is true. That is true. I just, thought I was related somehow to Demeter, but that's fine.
All farm boys think that.
Well, I can shoot a firebolt, so like I just figured maybe somehow.
Oh, a firebolt. Yeah, because that's associated with Demeter. Totally. Anyways, how can I help my favorite lover boy? Did you find out any more information about who's been vandalizing my temples?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Someone pretending to be a priest, actually.
Tubular.
Yeah, they have a Ouroboros as their symbol.
Ew. Isn't that like a snake that like swallows itself?
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Well, I mean, that's a skill that some people actually try to master, but not really something that I totally, what's the word I'm looking for? Promote in my temples. Unless I do it safely with a partner and there's consent. You just don't go swallowing other people's tails.
Yep. And there's been snake attacks, so there might be a connection to that.
Snake attacks. Not the fun kind, I'm guessing.
Ha, no. No.
Well, that's boring. Well, since I'm here, did you have a question for me or anything? I mean, I was summoned after all.
Yes. I was wondering if joining the interesting group of folk that I met yesterday and joining them today, if they would help me, or if it would be a good idea to join them today, or if I should just head out and chase down the information.
Oh, baby. I'm a goddess. I'm not all-knowing, and I can't make those decisions for you. I can't tell you if this is going to be a good idea or a bad idea. You're just going to have to find that out for yourself. Besides, I mean, the whole point of being chosen is that I trust you. I mean, good help is just so hard to find these days. You know, since my warrior and bard died, my temple would be attacked and they'd have it, like, solved in 45 minutes. Those were the days. I trust you. Just go out, have fun, be safe, you know?
Fun,
Make a little love, but I'll be around sometimes if I'm not busy doing other things. I do have a bath later. Bubbles.
Bubbles are nice. Okay. Thank you for seeing me.
You're very welcome. And she'll pat you on the head and she'll give a little bit of a giggle and then she'll crack out.
Alright. He's gonna take a minute to compose himself. And then he'll head downstairs.
Awesome. Karis will, oh sorry, not Karis, Quintus will also see you as you come down and offer you the same breakfast. And then we'll move on to, Saphis, are you still sleeping?
After 5 morning, I guess. And as soon as he wakes up, they will meticulously pick up every symbol and amulet that they have, clean it, count it, then shove it back in the sack as it was. And yeah, they'll go downstairs.
Oh, our resident satyr, good morning! How are you?
Top of the morning, yeah.
Your regular breakfast, I assume?
The Thalassian toast. You know me.
Of course, my little master. Have a seat with your friends and I'll get that started.
Thank you. Oh, and some ale, please.
Of course. And he'll just go off and get it. I'm sure this is not the first early morning you've ordered some ale. Tree and Regan, do you join them?
Yeah. I'd be sitting there eating breakfast and just kind of going over my spells since, you know, we're going into unknown territory for the day. My spell book is, just for descriptive, is so that everyone knows what it looks like, is basically just like sheets of paper, and it's like they're all just stacked, and then like a large leaf is folded around them, and then it's like wrapped up with a vine, like tied up. It's not really a book, it's just more like sheets of paper bound together, and I'm just kind of like flipping through it and sorting out which ones I want to prepare for the day. Well, like shoveling breakfast, like I'm not even looking up at anything. Dree's pretty used to having to entertain herself, so.
Yeah, are like the windows open right now?
They are, yes. However, the sun is only kind of just starting to rise. It's not too hot in the room yet.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, I'll just sit right beside Regan, and I'm gonna just say, you know, like, there's a spider on a web in the corner, so I'm just kind of, like, staring dreamily at it, not paying any attention to anything anyone's doing.
I'll be staring at Dree, like, curiously. Like...
just like a stair train. Yeah. You guys finish up your breakfast, and Eidos, you know from the letter that you were given that you are to meet the Lady Damaris, who is the Archon's wife. The Archon is the leader of Delphi. The wife is meeting you to go over your duties as the Promethean Torch Bearer, or better known as the Flamebringer. And you know that it's getting to be about 15 minutes before you need to go there.
Okay, well, guys, I'll leave you to your breakfast. I gotta meet someone, and I'll be right back.
Do you need assistance or company?
Well, I guess we should be getting ready to leave, since we will be parting to our destination very soon. If you're still willing to accompany me, and please allow me to say thank you to all of you. I'm really glad that I'll be counting with your impressive abilities. I was really impressed with what we accomplished in the kitchen last time, so just wanted to say thank you to all of you. If anyone
As
wants
long as
to-
I get AO in the end of it.
You're gonna be compensated.
Ah, good.
Fairly compensated. Don't worry about it.
I guess you remember from the conversation you had with Pythian, the guard of the Apollo Temple, that you're absolutely welcome to have people go with you on this journey. And so there would be probably no problem if they accompanied you to the Archon's estate to get all the details, and then you can head out from there.
Well, I'm already packed up and ready to go. I'm but a humble monk, so I only have one bag. I can go with you if you'd like, and let
Great.
everyone else get ready, or we can all go.
I've already got
I
all my
appreciate the
stuff
company.
too, actually.
So
I'm already packed myself, so if we're all ready to go, Dree? Regan?
What? Yeah, we can go. And I'll just like hurriedly like pack all my stuff, like my sheets up, and just like wrap my spell book up, and yeah. Dree,
And
you
don't
ready?
forget Gallagher. Let's go, buddy.
What? Sorry?
Just like walks along. Yeah, Dree, we're gonna go. We're gonna head up the mountain. You all right?
Oh, yes, yeah, let's go, for sure.
I'll just put my rucksack on top that like jingles with all the metal. It's just like, yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
All right. Quintus bids you a farewell and a good luck, and you make off towards the Archon estate. It is quite obvious where it is. It's the largest house in Delphi. It's kind of in its own area off on another hill opposite of where the Temple of Apollo is. And it has a very large gate and a like a concrete type rock fence all the way around it, and it does seem to be guarded. But they immediately see the group approach, and one guard does come up and say, "Hello, how can I help you?"
Hello, I'm here to see Damaris this morning. She's suspecting me.
The Flamebringer?
Yes.
Perfect. Follow me. And one of the guards remains behind, and the guard that's speaking to you starts leading you into the estate. It's quite lavish, and he leads you in through the front archway and down a couple halls before he opens up a door that is kind of like a little center court. So the sky is open above, and it looks like a very large garden. Immediately as you enter this garden, you see that there is a statue of Apollo. What's everyone's passive perceptions? Oh, I have them right here. Dree and Karis, you guys would notice right off the bat that this statue of Apollo at the entrance of this inner courtyard isn't in its original place. You can tell by the bottom of the platform that this statue stands upon. It has been moved. So it's a little bit crumply on the bottom, a little bit battered. Everything else above it seems to be in good shape, but it definitely was not originally there. It was moved from somewhere. As you guys enter, there's a pathway that kind of leads through the different foliage of flowers and plants to a giant fountain in the middle. And this fountain is a peacock that's spitting out some water, and it falls into a nice little pool. It's quite lovely. And the guard will say that the Lady Damaris will be with you shortly, and if you don't mind just waiting here. And he takes his leave of you.
I immediately go into the fountain.
Okay. Just into it? What are you doing in it?
I'm just swimming.
Well, I guess it's just waiting at this point.
Quite a lovely place.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, huh?
Sorry, I think I missed something this morning when I was getting ready. What do you need to get something here before we travel?
Well, I need to speak with Lady Damaris before we head out.
Oh. Can I just look around if there's any like texts or anything like that while we're waiting? I'll just kind of like walk around the room and see what's there.
Sure. Definitely different types of plants, the fountain, the statue that first came in. Is there anything specific you want to take a closer look at?
Yeah, I was just looking to see if there were any types of like books or scrolls out in the open, or
nope.
Nothing.
Nothing like that.
This is a garden.
Yep, just an inner courtyard.
The water is really nice.
I'll kind of like sit on the edge of the fountain with Gallagher and like play with the water just a little bit and like splash it at him.
I splashed water a little bit to Regan.
I'll be kind of just like slowly circling the statue, sometimes thinking, sometimes almost seeming to like talk to myself, you know, just gesturing and muttering.
You should join me. It's really good.
I'm also checking the statue out.
Awesome. I'll have you guys roll me an investigation check.
Come here. Come here.
Nope.
14.
14. Yeah, it definitely does appear to be damaged in some places from where it was moved. You can actually see a little bit of rope burn in his armpits, as if someone had a rope above him and tried to lift it that way. But it is in pretty good quality. It's just a general pose of Apollo, looking almighty. Half of his body is that of a dolphin, and he's reaching up for his son. Yeah, pretty nice.
Do I see anything under the water, the floor of the fountain where I'm swimming?
Roll me a perception check.
Perception. 15.
15. Absolutely. Let me just have it. Yeah. So as you're kind of floating around, you see that the bottom of this fountain does actually have a lot of little limestone pebbles But once in a while, one will catch your eye, and it's multiple colors. Very pretty. You'll see like purples, greens, and teals. Very shiny.
Can I try to?
Absolutely. Yeah, you pick one up out of the water.
I'll collect every colorful one.
Sure. There's probably a good 25 that you find.
Shiny. Look, guys, I found shiny. They're nice. And I just put them in my rucksack.
I'll have you... No, that's okay. Yeah, they're very, very, very shiny rocks. Well, what they're doing there, you don't know. They're just there. Yeah, and a few moments later, you hear footsteps against the marble floor, and a woman walks in. She is tall, slender, long, curly brown hair, and she's wearing a kind of like a teal tunic with a blue cloak around it that's kind of fastened together with a gold brooch. And she has some peacock feathers adorning her hair. And she greets you and she says, "Hello, I am the Lady Damaris. Thank you for meeting with me this morning. Which one of you is Aetos?"
That will be me, Lady Damaris. Very nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you. Thank you for coming to us in Sophia's stead. I understand that she could not make it herself and that she has sent you the honor of bringing the torch of Prometheus to Mount Parnassus to be lit.
Yes, she sends her regards and her apology, but yeah, she could not make it. So I'm
Wonderful. Here. How much do you know about your duties today?
Well, I know I am to head off for the mount and then carry the fire back to the stadium. There could be danger along the way, from what I've been told, which is why I have my companions with me.
Oh, yes, the snakes. She pulls her hands kind of in front of her, and you see that it is bandaged. One of her arms is bandaged up, and she'll say, "There's been quite a lot of snakes in the city recently. I found 4 in the bedroom with me this morning when I woke up. One was very close, and it unfortunately got me, and it was one of the venomous kind. It was just very lucky that I happened to have a vial of antitoxin on my nightstand. Who knows what would have happened if I didn't have that."
I'm sorry to hear that. Do you have any clue on where the snakes could be coming from?
Unfortunately, I don't. Some people say it's an omen, some say it's just because of the extreme heat of the season. I'm not sure what to think. I just know that it would be a very tragic thing if something would have happened to any of the guests of our city or any of our locals during this time. The last thing we need is a scandal where one of our Pythian athletes gets injured.
It might be worth an investigation, I guess, to see if there's something to be done about those snakes.
Of course, if you have any ideas, please let me know.
Not the brightest person in the room, I guess.
Suddenly, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Joanna will, I guess, suddenly clue into the fact that people are having a conversation, and she'll look over and then she'll walk up to, already forgotten her name, and sort of gently take her arm and, "Are you still injured?"
It's a little swollen. I'm sure that will go away in time, but my apothecary says that I'm not in danger currently.
Without saying anything, she'll just sort of caress lightly over the injury and do cure wounds.
She will look down at her arm and kind of flex her fingers a little bit. She says, "Oh, that is very strange. It suddenly feels better. You have quite the healing touch, don't you?"
Occasionally. But take my advice and avoid things that bite. They're not good for your health. I would know. And then I'll wander right back off.
She kind of eyes you for a moment, definitely looking like she might have picked up on something.
I would
voice
at this point, for sure.
It was more the inflection of your voice. She thought that was a little like, interesting. She'll turn her attention back to Eidos, and she will say, the journey up to the mountain is full of obstacles. Previous Flamebringers before you consider it a test of will, and normally there are no injuries, just be cautious. The snakes, after all. It shouldn't take you more than half a day to get there, half a day to return. If you leave about now, you should be arriving just before the opening ceremonies. When you do arrive, that is the time for you to bring the lit torch to the center of the stadium, where the pyre will be waiting for you, and then you light it, and then the celebrations begin.
Sounds about right. So I guess we'll be departing
Sure.
for our journey.
Here is a map for you. The mountain is quite large, and we don't want you to get lost along the way. And she'll hand it over. And she'll say, good luck to you all, of course, and we will see you tonight.
At this point, I get up from the fountain.
And she didn't see you in there before, and she looks interesting. I can't say I've ever had a guest swim in my fountain before.
Hi. I'm Saphis.
Hello, Saphis. She'll chuckle a little bit, and then, Regan, you will... Regan and Rihanna, both of your passive... Nope. Just Rihanna, not Regan. You will notice that amused face on the Lady Damaris goes away, and it's a look of sadness. And she'll say, my daughter used to play in that fountain. Not no more, unfortunately. And she'll say, unless there's anything else I can do for you, I wish you good luck, and we'll see you later.
I jump out
Thank
of
you, my lady.
the fountain.
Well,
Big bow.
I bow and grab her hand for a kiss it as a gentleman.
we will actually walk into the fountain and cup some water and actually just sort of dribble it so it looks like the peacock's crying, and she'll sort of stroke its head. So that's why you're so sad. And then she'll just turn and walk away.
She's funny.
She's something.
Trees
Now
and me.
just ski. Alright.
So where do our adventurers do next? Where do you go? What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna first check on the map and see what's the line out for the trek to the mountain.
Sure. You will see that it is a pretty simple map. It shows a direct path out of the city of Delphi, past the stadium, past the amphitheater, further up the mountain. Doesn't seem to be too many obstacles in the way. It does show that there is some forest, there is some rocks, and there is a very large river, but it shows that there is a bridge kind of drawn across it. And it does appear that the mountain is it's a clear path.
Okay.
And except for the very last little bit to get into the entrance of the Python's mouth. It does look to be climbed, but it does appear that there is a ladder drawn onto it.
Well, the map seems pretty straightforward. I suggest we take the route suggested by it. Shall we go?
You're the boss.
Alright, let's go. If you're all ready.
I'll unstrap my spear, kind of holding it in my right hand, but more using it as a walking stick than anything else. And I'll walk slightly behind Regan with my left hand on her shoulder.
Can I get close to Regan?
Yeah.
I will pick one of the stones and ask, have you seen anything like this? It's so shiny.
Have I seen anything like that?
You can roll me. Let's go with a nature check. Fox or nature, Ian?
Yeah.
18.
18. You do recognize it. It is called Bornite, which is also known as the peacock rock. So it's very shiny, comes in purples, blues, teals, greens. Sometimes you'll see shades of yellows, oranges, and reds, but mostly those peacock colors.
Does it have any magical properties? Like, can it be used for components for spells or anything like that?
It is a fairly generic type of rock. It can catch you a couple copper pieces in certain stores that use it for jewelry items. However, for magic spells, unless it's just a simple rock, it doesn't really have any arcane properties.
They're from this area?
They are not. You do know that mostly this area is just the traditional limestone. Sometimes you can find it in certain mines, but not in this region.
Yeah, I've seen them before. Not here. They must have brought them in. They're not worth much. They're pretty, though. They're called peacock rocks, which makes sense, I guess, given the decor, but yeah, they're pretty. You can make jewelry out of them.
Mm-hmm. That'd be interesting.
Kiva stands in front of Aedos just to make sure that he is well protected on our journey. No weapons, but fuck it. And yeah, he takes out a parchment and writes down the main keys of the map just in case if something were to happen to the original map.
Ooh, I like that.
That's
Oh,
smart.
fuck, heck was that idea? Let me scribble that out.
I just put it in my satchel.
Nice.
Because he said it was simple enough, so
Yeah, totally.
Humble monk will be able to transcribe the keys.
It's very smart, and I think I'm going to start doing that with my other characters.
I love that. My wizard
That's a good
probably
idea.
loved that.
Just because...
3.5 was the one that was talking to me right now.
Yeah, I love it.
Always write down the info.
I did think about ways I could sabotage you in this campaign a little bit. I did not go with ruin the map, but that would have been great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a point of inspiration.
Me?
Just because, yeah, you would have foiled my plans if I would have went for that. So that was great. So you can keep that.
Super creative and
point.
smart too. I love it.
And I don't give inspiration points out ever. So
Ding!
Yeah.
I think I've given
I don't think
3 in a
I've ever
year.
gotten one. I don't think I've ever gotten one from her.
I would like to lead just to make sure that Aeros is safe along this journey. And yeah. I walk pretty fast too. Because my dexterity is off the charts.
Definitely.
Here.
As you guys make your way through the town towards where the path begins, just past the stadium and amphitheater, the city, though it's very early still, it's probably about 6:30 in the morning, it is already quite busy. You see vendors already have their stores out in the market. There's people talking, people getting excited. It's quite a packed morning. You hear, well, not everybody. Driana, you pick it up more than anyone else, but you do hear people talking about the Pythian Games, plans to visit the Oracle, talking about the meals at the Saucy Satyr. Some of them have mentioned seeing snakes and finding them very disgusting, or worried that if they sit down, especially near the amphitheater, which is kind of the last stop before the trees start in that one particular area, they're worried about having snakes crawl on them, because it's a little bit of like stadium seating. There's no like chairs off the ground, it's just top down. And you do hear a couple townsfolk talking about that, and they said that again, they think it's an omen signaling the return of Python, and that they must pray to Apollo for protection. And you do hear them start gossiping, saying that Lady Damaris is a Hera worshipper, and that she probably prayed to Hera to curse the land and take revenge against the priests of Apollo.
I'll speak up. Aetos, I just heard there seems to be a rumor that your sponsor is a worshipper of Hera and is looking to actually disrupt the games and the celebration. Does that mean anything to you?
Does that mean anything to me?
Roll me. Let's go with a religion check. Or a history, whichever one you prefer.
I'll go with history. I got 17.
17, yep, that's enough. You will have, just because you had to study a little bit about the history and the religion of Delphi itself to prepare you for your mission. You are quite versed in the story of how Python went after Leto while she was pregnant with Artemis and Apollo, and tried to kill them, as Pythons do, I guess. And but you also know that it was Hera that actually sent the Python after Leto, and that some believe it was jealousy. Others believe Python had a prophecy that Apollo would bring his destruction. So there's a little bit of discrepancy whether it was Hera that said, go kill Leto because she had relations with Zeus. Now she's pregnant and everyone knows that Hera's a little jealous sometimes. Or if it was Python himself just seeing his eventual destruction and tried to stop that. Going after to try to kill the pre-born Apollo.
Well, the goddess here is known for her jealousy, and I wouldn't put it past her to be trying to sabotage. But I'm not sure about Lady Damaris' involvement in her religion. Did you guys pick up anything? Well, I saw you guys were observing the statue. I was curious about if you find anything interesting there.
Well, I do know, classically speaking, the peacock is an animal commonly associated with Hera, so that might indicate how she leans religiously.
I think you might be right. I mean, in a way, everything was more about the peacocks. I saw the animal. I saw you mentioned regarding that the rocks that Sappho's took from the fountain were also from peacock rocks, right? I guess in a way, Apollo's statue could be out of place. Not sure.
It did appear as though it had been moved. Its location was almost assuredly not its original one.
Oh, really?
It could be a clever disguise. She could be disguising as someone that worships Apollo, but really, in disguise, worshipping Hera. And who knows, if Hera is connected to the Python, then maybe she is behind the snakes.
Although such
But,
blatant
you know,
peacocks might not be so hidden,
Yeah.
you know?
Have I
I mean, who hits the rocks in the fountain anyway?
No, but the peacocks wander it around.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're just animals at the end.
That is true.
Has anyone noticed, like, as we walk through town, potentially an area where a statue may be missing, perhaps? A worshipper of Hera would not in and of herself, presumably, own a statue of Apollo, unless I'm wrong.
I guess it wouldn't be good for her to be. What do you think, Regan?
As far as I know, in terms of worshipping the gods, it is possible to worship multiple gods because they represent different things, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, although you usually have an alignment to one
Right.
or the other.
Yeah, specifically based on where you come from and what it is you do. Does
Usually.
and we know that Hera is traditionally a more jealous, goddess, but have I, in my readings, heard of any, like, have I heard of the relationship between peacocks and Hera, and if there's any sort of cross-worshipping between, worshippers of Apollo and worshippers of Hera?
Roll me
I could do religion.
yeah, go ahead and do a religion because it's directly associated with a certain god and the worshipping of them.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm proficient in religion. Dirty 20.
30-20, yeah, you have read before. You have been studying quite a bit. Books are your thing, and you're trying to be quite knowledgeable about certain things in these areas for your own reasons. But you have recently read about Hera. Just simple things that, the peacock is a symbol that means to be Hera. It's her favorite animal. Colors associated with her as well. But nothing other than you wouldn't even... There's quite a lot of texts that say that she is a jealous god and that she has many dealings with other gods around that jealousy. Her interpersonal communication and relationships with the other gods in the Greek Parthenon are... It's not great, it's strange. She's kind of the bitch of the Greek goddesses. So people generally who do worship Hera kind of stick to mostly just Hera to not anger their god.
Have I come across any ties between Hera and Apollo specifically? Like, whether it's good or bad?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah, I'll relay that to the group. There's obviously a peacock is a symbol of Hera, and I don't know of any ties between them. But I mean, it's possible that individual people are worshipping, but it's certainly not common.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's possible that she is like... that because Apollo is like the main god worshipped here, that for some reason she, to gain good graces, she decided to pretend to worship Apollo, but in reality she has always been worshipping Hera? You think that's a possibility?
I would expand on that and say maybe she has heard of the rumors that have been going around town.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And
Harry has a connection.
imported that that statue in there to cover for at least a little.
She's rich enough, right? She can put whatever statue she wants in there.
Is she a very prominent figure in this city?
Yes, she is the wife of the Archon, who's the leader of the town, Delphi.
Right. How much would I know about her?
Roll me a history check.
All right.
And don't you think it's
20
weird?
D&D Beyond is making up for the other night when it was just rolling straight ones.
Awesome. Yeah, you've read not specifically about the Lady Damaris. There's no actual published tablets or books regarding her specifically, but you do know that Archons are diplomatic leaders, generally voted in. Some cities, depending on how big they are, might have 1, 2, or 3. Athens generally has more. Delphi, you believe that there's only the one. But generally they are voted in to that position. They take that position for, depending, sometimes it's a term, sometimes they are uncontested and they just like stay there for a long time. Sometimes they're females, generally that they're males though. And they're not held to a certain expectation when it comes to which god they be worshipped. So sometimes in Athens, even though Athena is kind of like the official Greek goddess there, one of the Archons might worship someone else, Zeus.
All right.
So it's more of a democracy than a religious figurehead.
Right.
You think it's weird that she had like the anti-venom thing right at hand?
Not
Like,
if there's
can you?
snake attacks
I
in the city. She might have just grabbed it because they're happening. But
The anti-venom for the snake bite, is that what you were? Was that what you meant?
Yeah.
I mean, she's rich, and I'm sure she has her own personal healer. She mentioned apothecary.
yes, but you will have it on the apothecary. You won't have it on your room, will you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't. If there's, I'm not. Did I miss if there were previous snake attacks, like the one that happened was isolated, or there were more than one?
There was more than one, but like.
Well, the town has been talking about several attacks and several sightings of the snakes, but that's a good question, I guess. Do we have a way to know how long has this been going on for?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, if there's been sightings and spottings, it wouldn't be totally unheard for someone who wanted of power, who needs to protect themselves so that chaos doesn't, ensue. They would need to be protected. That's certainly not the most strange thing about her.
Well, perhaps it would do us some good to talk to some of the townspeople to see how long this has been a problem. But I also know we are on a current mission and we have some time restraints. Perhaps when we get back.
Yeah. I do also find weird that she didn't like get mad at me for swimming in her fountain. They usually yell at me or like shove me.
So you've done it before.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I definitely think we can, talk when we get back, right? Like, if we're going to go to the games, there's going to be lots of people out that we can talk to. So...
Oh dear.
What did she do with the snakes? She said there were 4 in her bedroom.
And only one with her?
That sounds a little bit strange. I mean, it took us, several attempts to kill the buggers?
Yeah, there were 6, and it took all of us.
Oh,
Do we know if, in her position, of any, like, god-gifted abilities? Like, maybe she has magic? Divine magic?
Who knows?
There's
You can
no
roll me an
way to know.
Arcana check to see if you recall seeing anything.
I wouldn't have been paying enough attention at the time. I was more wondering if, like, other leaders in other cities, if it's common practice for them to have some sort of blessing from their gods, but...
Sometimes, there's always tales of like miracles happening and gods doing things and granting gifts. However, you're kind of the only person you've met in a while that knows of certain miracles. It's not really something that comes out quite a bit.
Alright.
I guess we will have to wait until we get back to find out more about this.
Yep. At whatever point, if we leave the town limits and we start going out, you know, into a less populated area, and, like, where we could encounter any kind of dangers, I'd cast Mage Armor.
So you do that right when you're leaving town?
Yeah, if at any point while we're walking during this conversation, if we, you know, leave the edge of town and start to get, you know, more isolated, I would cast it.
Sure. Yeah, not a problem. You guys, as you've been walking and talking, you have reached the amphitheater. You see that there's already a lot of bards, not really performing, but they've gathered, and some of them are talking, some of them are practicing. As you walk on by and start the path up the mountain, you can do that at any time. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll cast it.
Sure. And that lasts 8 hours?
Yeah. Give me a beef to my armor class as a squishy wizard.
Awesome. Alright, so as we are going to be making this journey of the Flamebringer, there's going to be kind of a 5e style skills challenge for each of you guys. And if you guys haven't done skill challenges before, it's basically obstacles are going to be placed in front of you, and that is your opportunity to each choose a skill and do some creative critical thinking and try to get out of it. We don't want the same person doing the same skill to get out of the same situation. Try to do something different, try to be unique, but there's going to be lots of opportunity to showcase what you have on this journey. Challenge you all, see if you're worthy of making it to the belly of the python through this flame. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. Are you ready to get in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so as you guys are journeying, it's probably about 20 minutes since you've left town. Brianna, you would hear it first, and then Cards would eventually hear it, just because you have better hearing of everyone in the group. But you hear joyful sound of music playing ahead on the path. And it gets louder, and eventually a cart comes into view on the path, and you see a man playing a flute and a woman with bells on her wrists and ankles kind of doing a dance and jingling along in the rhythm. And as you get closer, you can see that they've noticed you, but they're quite enjoying their music playing and dancing. And they greet you with a nod and kind of invite you over. Join us.
Are they like blocking the path?
Yeah, they're taking up quite a bit of space. It seems like their cart is quite large. It's kind of pointed in the direction that is heading back towards Delphi. Maybe they're heading there for the games itself, but whatever it is, they are taking up quite a big part of the path. Need to go.
And you say they were like gesturing, like inviting us, or?
Yeah, they're like, hello! Come on! The man's playing his flute and the lady's dancing.
I take out my pan flute and just like
Roll me a performance check to see how well you are able to keep up with the music that they're playing. How well you can jam with them. 15?
13.
13. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
I'll whisper to Regan so that the rest of them doesn't hear. Regan, I hear music. Who's playing the music?
I'll like point to like Saphis is playing the music.
Oh, the cedar. That makes sense.
Yeah. Drea, you're alright today? You're just a little out of bed after your dream.
I think so. I'm hearing two people playing music. Is there someone else?
Is it evident for the rest of us now that the caravan is the source of the music?
Oh yeah, you guys are right up close to it, yeah.
Alright, thanks. Just checking.
I thought so too. I
louder.
thought I was the only one that could hear it.
I know, I was confused. So
Yeah, I was very confused for a second. Because I'm like, wait, I thought I just saw this. I go up and I try to speak louder, but I don't speak that loud. I try to be heard over the music and like graciously, there it is, that's the word. Ask them to please part ways so we can keep continuing. Please.
The lady kind of brushes up against you and is like, ooh, and then she kind of makes her round and tries to entice you guys into dancing, but I'll have you roll me a persuasion check.
13.
13, yeah, that's enough. She dances a little bit. It seems like she's like trying to really toy with you a little bit more. Like,
I don't understand.
Like, ooh, coy. But she eventually the music does stop and the flute player does nod at Saphis, who had joined and played along, and
I continue playing. I do not stop and just dance.
They do stop. The lady, she kind of dances in her movement, but they move their carts out of the way for you.
Thanks for that, Kiva. I was enjoying the performance, but we do need to get going.
I mean, you still have a performance.
I give them a bow as I continue leading the way.
Awesome. And as you continue up the hill, it's more of a foothill area where you are. Eventually, the forest does start to get a little bit thicker, and you follow the path for probably another good hour, and you start kind of going up a little bit of a steep hill, and it's hard to see kind of over the top of it, but as you're starting to reach the crest of the hill, you kind of hear a guttural growl that is answered by a couple smaller growls, and as you crest over this hill, you see about 25 feet ahead of you that there is a mother bear and two cubs on the path in front of you. They were not aware of you coming up the hill, but as soon as you guys crest it, the mother bear actually does perceive you, and she stands on her hind legs and lets go of a very threatening bellow as the cubs retreat kind of away off the path a little bit in fear. Mommy's voice is pretty scary.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I immediately send? Oh wait, shit! I didn't take it. Can I immediately like sides look at Karis and say, "Hey, can you do that thing you did last night with Gallagher? Can you talk to her and tell her we don't mean her any harm?"
Yeah. Sure.
I'll just like
I
try
can
and,
have
like-
speak with animals as well.
Oh, do you want to? I only have like 3 spells left.
Yeah, Yeah, I guess I can cast Speak with Animals. I was thinking about it actually before
Sure,
Regan suggested it, and try to talk with the bear.
Right. What do you say?
So after casting the spell on myself to be able to communicate with the animal, I approach the bear and in a polite way I go like, "Mama bear, I know you're protective of your cubs. We mean you no harm. We're just looking for safe passage through the road. If you're on your own, or if you're willing to go on your own, no harm will be taken from your side or ours."
We just hear blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's what you hear.
I'm like,
Traditionally, it would be kind of like a persuasion roll, but because we just had a persuasion roll in the previous challenge, I'm going to set it for a higher DC.
You could do animal handling.
Oh yeah, I could do animal handling. You're correct. Thanks. No one ever came. The one I DM, they have 0 animal handling ability, like, period. It never comes up, and I always forget about it. Yeah. So, Aetos, if you could roll me an animal handling ability check to see how well you were able to convey in bear.
I was going to do animal handling as like my
I get a
thing.
19.
Use that skill.
Sorry.
I have the skill too.
19. Yeah, so everyone else, you see Aetos walk up to this bear, and this bear is towering over Aetos, just towering feet above and looking pretty terrible. And as it's growling, it's got some drool and spit going, its claws are out, it's looking pretty gnarly. And you hear Aetos start growling back, and you see the bear kind of almost lose that threatening posture and kind of like lean back on its back end a little bit, and eventually put its paws down, grunts a few times, and then turns and goes after the little bear cubs. The path is now free for you guys to continue on your journey.
Nice.
Great. Good to go. Let's go.
And about another half an hour goes by as you travel. You guys do anything during this time? Kind of staying quiet?
I'm just continue playing my pan flute.
I would just make sure. Sorry, I would just make sure Gallagher sticks close to Dree.
I'll be looking up at the map every now and then just to make sure we're on the right path.
If you guys like, while we walk, the peacock statue told me a story. If you'd like to hear it.
I'd love to hear a story.
I'd love to hear it too.
I would like to hear it. Do tell.
Dree's a good storyteller.
I'll play the music while you tell.
To accompany the story, I love it.
Yeah, my music will just accompany the flow of your story, basically.
Once upon a time, there was a small bird with feathers of brown and gray, meant to blend in with its surroundings, but over time, while, yes, the bird was safe from predators, it became very lonely because no one ever noticed it. No one ever spoke to it. It found itself craving love and companionship. So one day, the bird started praying to Apollo, wishing desperately for something to make it stand out and be noticed and be loved. And one day, after many years of praying, Apollo did appear to this bird. And he offered to grant her wish, but he cautioned, I can make you stand out, but it may come at a price. Vanity has its advantages and its costs. But The bird knew what it wanted, and so Apollo, being the kind god that he is, turned the bird into a peacock. The bright feathers swaying in the wind. This bird was immediately noticed by all far and wide and was beloved. But as humans do, they saw something of great beauty and assigned it great worth. And the bird was captured and lived out the rest of its life in a cage. It got the love that it so desired, but at the cost of its freedom.
That is a great story, Bree.
It was actually a great performance by you. I like the way you tell the stories. You give it quite a feeling. You do have talent, my friend.
I used to be a bard.
Used to be?
Once upon a time.
You do have to teach me some things. I do like the way you tell a story.
I would be happy to pass on any advice I can give you.
He just smiles
Muted, Amanda.
Amanda, you may be on mute.
That happens a lot. Yeah, so at that moment, Juliana, you hear it first, and then Karis hears it, and then everyone else, you're kind of drawn to their reactions, but you hear a call for help off in the distance.
Sounds like someone's in trouble.
Is it along the path or is it off the path?
I go straight to the, without even hesitating, I go straight to where I heard the voice coming from.
Follow Kiba.
A halfway point.
Yeah, it is off the path. Kiba starts running. Kiba,
I
you
will
would
follow
be.
Kiba.
You guys,
wait!
I can never wait when I hear that someone is in need of help.
I will go cautiously.
Roll me a survival check, Kiba, as you are kind of going through a little bit of a rough foresty area to find.
Ooh, that is a 16 plus 1, 17.
Yeah, you are very focused on finding that voice, and it seems like your legs are not failing you as you leap over fallen logs, and you head directly to the source of the crying, and you find propped up against a tree is a man, and he's lying there. His skin is kind of like a pale grayish green. He looks very, very sick, and you see him holding his leg, pant leg up, and you see a wound, 2 little puncture marks, and it seems to have some maybe necrotic veining heading up his leg a little bit.
Were you attacked by a
see this
snake?
Yes! I fear I don't have much time.
Does it feel like it's not just isolated in where the puncture wound is? You feel like it's your entire body right now is becoming inflamed?
I'm afraid so. I was hoping I'd make it to Delphi before the infection or the poison set, but
You're not that far from Delphi. It's very close to here. Do we have any? Yes.
Sorry, do I see this?
yes, you absolutely do.
Okay, I just run up, slap my hand on his arm, and bam, 5 hit points from lay on hands, and it neutralizes toxins.
Amazing. So as Kiba's like investigating and trying to get the whole story, you see Paris just come in and quickly go to work with a gift bestowed to him for his patronage to his god Aphrodite. And as Kiba, you're speaking to the man kind of just watches as the necrotic veining coming out of where the puncture marks in his legs start to kind of go away. Kiba, you notice immediately the color in his skin, his pallor starts becoming more human, a little bit better.
I bow to Karas for doing what he needed to do in order to help this man. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I don't know I know what would have happened if you guys didn't come. Hi. Thank you.
Hi.
He kind of gets up and he starts dusting himself off, and he kind of finishes the thought process that Kiva was getting him into, and he says, "Yeah, I was attacked by a snake further up the path."
Catching up to them, I ask, how many snakes did you see?
It was just the one. I had stopped for a bit of a private moment. I had to use the washroom, and I wasn't paying attention, and I think I might have stepped into its nest.
Private moment.
To each his own.
Where
He looks very baffled, like, private moments are common. You do it a few times a day. First when you wake up, usually by the day after you've had some drinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
What do you guys do when you're out here?
I'm actually the Firebringer for the Pythian Games, so we're on our way to the mountain to retrieve the fire.
Oh, I've just been saved by the Firebringer and his companions. Oh my goodness, this is quite the honor. It is very, very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too, sir. So what's your name?
My name is Harpo.
Hello, Harpo. My name's Aedes.
Hey, Harpo, you might not want to go to the path right now. There is a bear.
A bear.
Yeah, you might want to stick with us.
Roll me a
bring you back.
persuasion check.
Does he though?
You're mean.
One. He will look at you for a moment, and he will say, "But are you heading back to Delphi?"
Yeah,
No.
fire.
Well, it's still gonna take probably a good part of our day to get back to Delphi.
Oh, thank you very much for your offer, but I should just carry on my way. I'll be sure to keep an eye out for a bear, and if God's forbid something happens to me on the way back, maybe you'll find me and be able to do that trick again.
Of course.
I hope we meet again.
Yeah, there's multiple of us who can heal.
I hope the next time we meet, you are not in any danger.
I hope so too. I don't have any coin to offer.
No, not necessary.
Not necessary indeed.
Not at
I
all.
mean,
It's not
I
necessary.
have some dried fruit.
Sure. Fruit's nice.
If you can spare, of course.
Of course.
I'm
I
kind
have
of.
quite a bit of it. It's great for traveling. And he'll quickly go through his bag, and he pulls out a small cloth bag that has assortment of like raisins, prunes, some dried apricots.
That looks yummy. Thank you.
Yes,
Do
thank
you
you
have
very
what
much.
you need in order to get back to town, okay?
Yes, I believe so. I've made this journey before, and I was quite prepared, but it snuck up on me. That sneaky, slithering guy.
That's what snakes do.
a sneaky.
Have you encountered these snakes before?
I mean, I've seen snakes before. I've never been bitten by one.
Have you heard the rumors of a higher presence of them in the area?
I can't say that I have. No.
You haven't noticed anything?
I've seen them. Absolutely. Now that you mention it, I've seen more on this journey than I have on other journeys. I've come across maybe 7 in the last day or so.
That's a lot.
You didn't notice.
There are. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Have snakes been as vicious as they are now?
I'm not sure. I've never. I mean, I've made this journey before, and I've maybe have seen 1 or 2. Never come very close to them. They've never outwardly snuck up on me and attacked. But maybe just wrong place at the wrong time, I suppose.
there are snakes attacking a little bit here and there in the city, more so
Oh,
than before. So
That's
be
what we've
prepared.
been told anyway.
that's
And we've
very
experienced it as well.
She will very slowly, really using her spear as a walking stick, make her way over to him and sort of crouch down right next to him and just sort of gently brush her hands over his face and say, clear eyes and keen hearing to guide you on your journey to safety. And I'll give him bardic inspiration.
Oh, that's very nice. He, you can tell in the way that his body relaxes as you cup his face that he quite enjoyed the verbal blessing that you placed upon him. Well, it was very, very nice to meet you, and I'll let you continue on with your journey. Thank you again.
Safe travels.
Very nice to meet you too. See you around.
Walks off towards
Bye, Harpo.
back towards Delphi.
Well, we shall be going. Let's go.
Got very I was just gonna say he got very lucky. I'm assuming that if they're attacking and that he's seen so many, I'm sure other people haven't fared as well.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
surprised. Usually animals only attack when provoked. I don't see how having a private moment will be considered as provocation, so
They're
it does
definitely
seem
more-
kind of weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. What you were saying?
No, it's alright. No, I was just saying, yeah, they're definitely more aggressive. It is very strange.
Do you think all the snakes that we may encounter are the more aggressive ones, like the ones that we saw in the kitchen?
We have to assume so.
I will agree with Saphos. I think we cannot take the risk of finding out if they are or not aggressive at this point.
It hurts me to strike something without knowing its intention.
Me
Well,
too, but we will have to take the safe route in this case.
With that, Kiba pulls out his, chicken scratch map and is like, alright, then let's continue on our way. I'll keep the lead to make sure that you stay safe, Aedos.
Thank you, Kiva.
You guys find your way back to the path, and you continue on it for another good hour and a half-ish. It starts to curve around one side of the mountain, just like it shows on the map. And as you guys kind of come over another little bit of a foothill, the forest kind of ends and opens up into a little bit of a clearing, and you can see quite clearly that on this path there seems to be a kind of a vendor table with a woman kind of sitting just beside the path. She is an old woman. She appears to be sitting in her chair holding a cane with her chin resting on top of it, and she seems to be sleeping in front of this table of wares.
Oh, hello.
She wakes up and clutches her chest with her hands.
Way to go, Saphos.
She looks over at you and she
Babe, you alright? Your face?
I was just making sure I got this right.
It's like you're so still.
Like,
I was reading. I held very still when I'm reading. I need my entire body to focus. She, after the initial burst of fear that got her out of her sleep, you see a big smile with just a couple teeth open up, and she gets out of her chair and kind of stops in front of the path and is like, "Oh, customers! I've been waiting for you all day. I can't wait to show you all the wondrous items I have for you. Just one moment and I'll get them out." And she then disappears behind her little makeshift vendor table. She's quite short. She's actually only comes up to maybe a foot above the table, so when she ducks down underneath it and starts, so you can hear her tinkering and clicking and just making a whole bunch of noise, pots and pans kind of sounds as she's getting things. And she says, "Oh, I have special items just for you, and they're all on sale for 20 gold items each. How wonderful!" And she starts moving around some more things. She says, "Okay, close your eyes while I set it all out. I want the reveal to be so great."
I don't.
She waits until you all close your eyes. No peeking!
Will she notice if we don't close our eyes, or does she just keep going?
I mean, you let me know if you're going to close your eyes. If you're not, roll me a deception check.
I'll just close them.
I will not close my eyes.
I'll just close my eyes. I'll do it.
Yeah, at this point, I'll close my, like, really wide.
What?
She sees me.
Alright, sorry, who's... Alright, Saphis, what did you roll?
It's 3 plus something something, so.
I mean, you're trying to peek, but it's kind of hard to see. Karis, you kept your eyes open-ish?
Yes, 21.
21. Anyone else? No? Karis, you see her starting to pull out just some random items. And then one you actually, you recognize. It's a earring of a tooth. A wolf tooth. And she puts it on. She says, "Alright, open!" And as you guys all open your eyes, you get a full view on the things that she's pulled out. Aedos, you see the Promethean Torch on her table. Regan, you see a wand made of petrified wood. Driana, a necklace that you're used to wearing, a little sunburst on it, is now on the table. There's a carved armband that Kiba would recognize there. Saphis, you see a brass brooch with the letters CM twisted in leafy vines sitting on her table.
These items.
Oh, I have a special way of finding out what people need. Aren't these wonderful? Don't you just want them?
I just get my brooch and say, "Sweetie, this is one of the kind."
Yep, 20 gold.
Nope.
Looks like things we did have.
You stole it from me, so.
Stole? Yes, baby.
Oh yeah.
Can I do we have our stuff on us?
You can definitely look to see if you have your
Like, I'll
wand.
reach inside my sleeve. Do I have my wand?
Nope.
Like I
Do I
know
have
that
my
my brooch is unique enough that nobody else, unless they're Chimera Machina, would have
My
it.
armband was literally above my tricep. Like,
It is gone.
But face
Listen,
it.
lady, I can do you a deal. I have a special stone for you, like very special, one of a kind. Nobody else has it.
Is it worth more than 20 gold?
It's worth 100 gold.
Ooh.
So I'll trade you that for all these items.
thank you.
Yes, Driana, do you want to add something there?
I'm gonna, again, like, whisper to Regan so only she can hear. Why is everyone upset?
Do you have your necklace?
No? No, what happened to it?
I think we've been conned.
Been months.
I think someone lifted our stuff off of us. My wand is... I don't have it, and this old lady has it. Get closer, you'll see. She has our stuff, and she's trying to charge us 20 gold to get it back.
I see. Okay, I'm going to saunter up to the old lady and sort of just, my finger down her face. Well, aren't you just the attractive one.
The lady looks from Saphis, who's trying to make a deal about a rock, and then all of a sudden there's this taller lady that's quite young. Seems to be flirting. She gives you a look and she says, "Oh, I see what you're doing. You're trying to sweet talk me to give you a discount. Nope, 20 gold firm."
Karis is starting to get.
Does anyone help me out with this deal?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to her, just look her in the eyes, and in a menacing voice say, "I would appreciate it if you returned our stuff free of charge."
Alright, so I will have Saphis roll me a persuasion. It's going to be higher DC because someone's already done a persuasion. Karis, I'm going to have you do an intimidation for me, but again, it's going to be higher because you've already done a skill challenge, so it gets harder anytime you guys...
Hold on, wouldn't be deception? Because I'm literally lying to her.
Yeah, but you're trying to persuade her to accept a...
But I do have a rock that it's like worth nothing, and I'm saying that it's worth 100 gold.
That's fair, yeah. If you want to...
Point. That was my point, like...
Absolutely, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you can give me your deception roll then. Actually, because Karis is helping you with that intimidation roll, I'll let you do it with an advantage.
Nope, the first one was better. 22.
22. She will... Her face drops as she looks at Karis, and then she sees the Warhammer, and then looks at Saphis with this rock, and she says, "One rock? One item."
This is worth 100 gold. So this is worth all the items.
Well, no, because all the items are worth 120 gold, so you'd be shorting me. I can do that.
This is better than the other one.
You could just stare at the armband in like kind of like dismay, and then looks over at Saphis and is like, "But I don't understand. I thought they were only worth 3 copper pieces."
No. They're worth 100. I checked it with Regan, didn't we, Regan?
But I thought she was the one that appraised
Regan.
it.
Can I go over to Kiva and just push him out of the way?
Listen, this is one of a kind. You're not gonna get it anyway. These items, they're common items. They're just worth like sentimental to us. They're not like worth anything.
You're trying to swindle me.
This is worth.
No. I'm not trying to swindle you, honey. This comes from the famous mines of Thessaly.
You can see that the more the Saphis talks, the lady is getting a little bit more angrier. She's actually trying to like starting to scoop the items back into her area. Rihanna, what do you need?
I'll sort of continue to flirt. Oh, don't be like that. Come on. You know we could have a little fun, and I'll start circling sort of around her, brushing her neck, and I'll brush her hair to the side, and I will attempt to bite her and cast Blood Charm.
Oh shit.
Alright. That's a charisma saving throw, I'm assuming?
Let's take a look. First I have to roll for attack, and then it's a wisdom save. Okay, so that's an 18.
Yep, your teeth find her neck.
Okay, and then I need a wisdom save.
7.
Does not pass. For a little bit of flavor, I'd like to say I did this like in a way that to anyone observing, like I'm real, like it really looks like I'm just like, for some reason, just like getting all over like this haggard old lady. Not that I'm actually biting her.
Can you see if you're biting her?
Because I've already suspected what Grey was. Would I like know that it was bite?
Because it would be more like I was trying to give her a hickey more than a.
Roll me an intelligence check, Saphis. Or nature, actually.
If she,
Okay, nature. Perhaps. No, it's not better.
Amanda.
Yeah.
If Driana is trying to be subtle about it, she should roll a deception check because she's purposely trying to fool the rest of us.
Yep.
Can I roll an insight check?
I rolled a 19, so whatever.
Like, it's your call, but it might be the easiest way to settle who sees it and who doesn't.
Would it be inside? Then it's 21.
Alright, so Dree, what was your, you're doing it subtly, so what's your deception?
22.
22. Alright. That settles it. No one really sees anything.
No.
She circles behind in all the chaos of Kara's trying to intimidate this woman, Saf is trying to lie to this woman, Kiba being like, those copper pieces. Dree just kind of circles the woman and lightly just places a quick bite. And Saphis being the closest to this woman, you see her eyes kind of just like glaze over and that like anger kind of just fades from her face and she says, what were we talking about?
You take this wrong?
I think we were just.
Oh, you were trying to sell us back the items that you've lifted.
We're taking our stuff back. That's where we were.
She immediately looks over to Driana.
Oh yes, honey. You were saying how, for our date later tonight that we discussed, you'd be so kind as to give me and my friends back all of their items. Isn't that right? And she'll nose boop.
Our date. It's been so long since I've been on a date. Of course, take these items, these wondrous treasures I have, but only these ones, as agreed. And she puts them back.
You darling.
And I'll
grab my wand immediately.
I'll give her the stone. You can sell that.
Irish just puts his earring back in.
I put my armband back on.
Put my torch back in my bag.
The fucking torch.
And I'll say to her,
Back. My best.
now, honey, if I ever hear about you doing this to anyone else, I'm going to be very upset with you, right? You wouldn't want me to be upset, now would you?
Oh no, that would be terrible.
I'm glad we understand each other. I'll see you later, babe.
I'll see you later.
And I'll walk back to Regan.
He was utterly confused. What?
Paris is also confused.
Safu
go.
is intrigued
Let's go.
but very excited and is like, great, you gotta teach me those moves.
Isis is intrigued as well.
Come on, the way you like flirted with her, you gotta teach me that.
Presumably, would I know what happened? I'll just say, let's go. We'll tell you on the way. Let's just get our stuff and go.
All right.
I start heading up again.
Okay. So you guys continue up the mountain, and you go for about another hour, and you come across on the path a statue. Almost, it's very shrine-like. The statue is a winged woman with a crown holding a cornucopia with what appears to be fresh flowers laid at her feet on a little bit of a platform with a plaque on it.
Is this what I think it is?
I read the plaque.
Sure. Remind me what languages you speak.
I speak Common, Elvish, and I think like the equivalent of Chinese. Chin? What do they speak in Chin?
Mostly just common.
Never mind.
Can I read it?
Yeah, so, Kiba, as you're looking at it, it's not a language that you recognize.
Got it.
Yeah, Regan, you can come on up. What languages do you speak?
Common, Celestial, Giant, Sylvan, Druidic, I think, and the Celt one as well, right?
Yeah, you can read it. It does appear to be celestial. So the common language, ancient language of the Olympian gods. And it says, the inscription says, a sacrifice worthy of Taiki will bless travelers along this path.
Sacrifice.
Pardon?
Of who? Sorry?
Taiki.
Taiki. Do we know what Taiki is?
Read it aloud.
Regan, did you read it out loud?
Yeah, I would have read it out loud for sure.
Yeah, Aenos, if you want to roll me a religion check.
Religion.
Can I also search my memory banks
I'll be a 9.
for...
You can roll me a religion check as well. Actually, I'm going to make it a history for you, Brianna. 14. Aenos, you don't recognize the name of the god. It's definitely not one of the main one that you've ever talked about. Perhaps maybe a muse or a lesser known god. And unfortunately, Driana, you don't recognize it either.
Have I heard of it? I mean, everyone's already rolled, so it's fine. I don't have to.
Would I have something of Taika?
Yeah, if either of you want to do a history check.
This one. It's the same as... this is the same for me. Alright. Nope.
21.
Oh.
7.
There you go. Regan, you do recognize the name, just from your readings. Taiki is one of the lesser known gods. She is rumored to be the offspring of Aphrodite and Zeus. But some people say it could be Hermes and Aphrodite, so like the parentage there is kind of a little bit iffy. And she is the goddess of kind of like luck and fortune.
Sorry, say that last part again.
She's the goddess of luck and fortune.
Oh.
And you know that that was a pretty high roll, so you would know that she is associated with bluebirds, as well as similar sacrificial practices to Dionysus.
Would a bluebird be an appropriate... So I'm asking this to Reagan. Would a bluebird be an appropriate offering for this?
No. No. It wouldn't.
I think like wine or like harvest.
I would know. I would know that.
I think
Wine
it
or
likes
what?
or like any kind of like crops.
Crops?
For
Yeah.
Dionysus, if the sacrifice is same as Dionysus, if you want to share that, I can reply. Do you share that with the...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Nah. Dionysus just spill some wine. That's the sacrifice. That's literally it.
Anyone's carrying any wine?
Yeah, I always do.
Is this a wait? Is this a? It specifically says the word sacrifice and not offering.
It's a sacrifice.
Oh, in
Hold on.
terms of wine, it's always a sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
No, hold on.
Just kidding.
Hold on. Let me open the little
But you get a point, Regan. The keyword sacrifice. I mean,
It's
is there? Do you think there's something that we need to do, or we need to? I don't know. Maybe blood.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, Juliana?
Hearing this discussion of
No, it is spilled wine. Sorry.
offering,
It is spilled wine.
I want to start like paying more attention to my surroundings and not necessarily the conversation to hear if I can maybe hear some snakes or small creature type things.
Sure. Yeah, you can roll me a perception check, and I'll let you know if and when you hear anything.
Natural 20.
Perfect.
Damn.
Currently there's nothing.
Oh.
Oh, just
What a waste
say
of
that, like,
natural 20.
I tried.
No waste of a crit. Yeah.
listen, for Dionysus, the spilling of the wine is the biggest sacrifice you can do.
I just
I'm
very
have I ever
relieved.
No,
Lives
we're not
for
gonna have
wine.
to kill something or actually sacrifice something.
Nah.
Do you mind sacrificing some of the wine that you brought, Sapphius?
I know.
Have I ever heard-
And I'll do it.
Sorry, we can go ahead.
Have I ever heard of that particular wording before in terms of an offering? Like, are those words often interchanged?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, alright. Okay.
Sacrifice to the Greek gods don't necessarily mean the deaths of something. Some gods, they do require the death, so like a sacrifice of an ox, sacrifice of this, but other gods, they find the actual giving up of something, whether it is giving up the last bottle of wine or giving up a fancy gem rock. It's because you're leaving it, you're sacrificing it. That it can be interchangeable just depending on the god and the specific rituals associated with them.
I'll do like a big gulp and like sacrifice the rest of the bottle.
Just like pour it on the altar, around the altar.
I'll do a little bit on the altar and also around.
Just a little bit, whole bottle. How are you doing it?
Like I drank like half of it, and the other half is for the sacrifice.
Sure, not a problem. Yeah. As soon as the wine starts to kind of drip into the crevices of this statue, like altar, it starts to kind of weave itself into the words of the celestial writing on the plaque. You kind of feel the air around you all stir a little bit, almost like a little bit static electricity. And you feel like you have been blessed by Tyche. And for the next hour, you guys get to add a D4 to any ability checks.
Oh,
Nice.
that's dope. Everyone?
Yeah, everybody.
So
That's pretty dope.
Nice.
I keep going.
Thanks for the sacrifice. That was.
Pretty dope.
Yes, thank you for giving up your wine.
It was good wine. I am a little bit sad.
Hence the
I'm sure
sacrifice.
we can can replace it when we get back into town.
You guys continue on for about another half an hour, and from the map that Aidos has and the one that Kiba kind of described, you know that you're getting close to that large river, and you can hear it before you can see it. It's moving quite fast and sounds very like rapid, so it's a bit of a roaring noise as you get closer and closer, and it comes into view, and you do see that there is a remaining bridge, but it doesn't seem to it's not going over the river anymore, perhaps washed away. You do see it's completely collapsed and gone on the far side, the side closest to you. It seems like it was a... sorry, getting a little distracted here. It's a rope bridge. and it seems like some of it is still intact on your side. You can see the panels and the rope kind of flowing with the stream and the whitewater rapids, but it's definitely not attached, and it doesn't appear as if it's even usable or repairable to get over the 40 feet of whitewater rapids.
So it's 40 feet wide. How deep? Like how far up is the bridge from the water?
From what you can see, the way that it's tied to the 2 posts, it seemed to have been probably a good 3 feet above the water at one point, but now it's just like lying in the water.
And it's tied on the other end or our end?
Tied on your end, but it seems like it's only maybe 5 feet left of it because it's broken off and kind of washed.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
So, but part of it's still intact, eh?
A very small part, about 5 feet of the 40 feet needed to cross the river.
We have someone who.
If I had wood carving tools and leather tools and wood carver's tools, leather worker tools, would I be able to sturdy myself and help make just a rope bridge?
You would definitely need, you'd have the tools to be able to do that. However, you would need enough rope to be able to do so, and some way to anchor it on the other side. Karis, you were saying something?
Yeah, I was wondering if, because Ayatos, you've got a bow that you can use, yeah?
Oh, perfect!
Yeah.
Yeah,
we have,
you just tie the rope on to the end of the arrow, shoot it across into the pole there, and wrap it around the pole here. Boom.
I have 50 feet of rope myself.
Perfect.
I have also 50 feet of rope.
That's all that I need, and then maybe if we yeah, I can walk across that, no problem.
Okay. Driana.
Are there any trees, like high up trees? I'm having a plan.
No, this kind of area is a little bit more clear.
I'm not having a plan.
There's definitely some limestone rocks, and boulders, but not too big. It seems like this river was once quite big and kind of carved an area, and then it's gotten smaller, but it's still quite right.
Aww. Okay, so I would love for, I bow before Aedos and I ask Karas to give him the 50-foot rope to tie across his bow and shoot into a sturdy object, probably and hopefully some sort of tree on the other side of the 40-foot cross.
Can we see any sturdy tree on the other side?
Not really sturdy tree, but there's 2 posts where the rope bridge was attached to that seems.
I can aim for that.
And I'm gonna keep the anchor of the 5 feet of the 50 feet, and I'm gonna hold on to that just in case if he misses the first arrow. That way we can reuse the rope.
Mm.
Okay.
Use resources wisely.
Of course.
Okay.
Right. Sorry, you're saying that you're going to be holding on to the one end while he shoots the other?
The tied up end onto the post. Yes, just in case the 50 misses.
Awesome. I'm going to have you, Kiba, roll me a survival check to see how well you're able to tie a knot to the arrow itself, because it needs to be able to hold itself to the arrow, and then the arrow needs to jam itself on the other side.
Does anyone have a better survival, a better wisdom than me? Because I only have a +1.
I have +2 on survival.
Okay, I think that perfect. I think Driana would be best to do the tying of the rope. If she doesn't get the knot, then I will try, but because I'm not that good at survival.
Driana, I'll have you go ahead and make that survival check. Remember that you do have that 1d4 that you can add to your roll as you've been blessed by Taiki.
Oh, that's right.
Nice. Uh-oh.
No.
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 Okay, I try anyways.
Yeah, that's a 6.
No, it looks
That is a
perfect.
6.
You are very confident, Driana, in your.
God. I'm gonna kill everyone!
Did you
Does
read
anyone have
the D4? Did you roll the D4 too?
Yeah, I did. It gave me a 1 on top of my 2 from my D20, and
Can I inspect
I'll
it?
try the rope. I'll try the bridge first.
Oh, sorry, Kiba, what did you say?
If it gets.
Can I inspect it? Can I inspect her handiwork since this was like kind of my project?
Sure, absolutely. Roll me investigation.
Oh god, that's not a good. Yes! 17!
17. You give it a quick look, and it does look like a pretty fairly good knot. However, pulling it, the arrow just slips right out of it.
Okay, does anyone else want to retry tying it with the survival? I don't mind doing it. Perfect.
I can try. I get it too on
I
survival.
handed
Me
over
too.
to Staffus since I saw him first.
Zaphos, you go.
Let's kill
No,
him.
I'm quality control, guys. I'm gonna
18.
inspect every
18. You are confident that this rope is secure around this arrow. Absolutely.
There you go. Nice and easy.
I look it over and I check for its sturdiness, and it does not slip out, and it's very, very tightly woven to the arrow. And so I take the end of the 50-foot rope and I'm holding on to it after I loop it once around my hand.
Listen, you gotta count on us satyrs and the Amazons to tie a good knot.
Yes, Dree.
Out of curiosity, how much rope do we have? I had a thought, and she'll root in her bag and look really embarrassed, but she'll pull out a set of manacles. If we could separate these, we could do almost a pulley system with a loop of rope across the river, and then we could just pull ourselves along using these metal loops to, I don't know, just a thought.
But someone will have to cross first in order to tie or make it secure on the other end, right?
Oh yeah, no, ignore me.
I thank you very much for your suggestion and your quick wit, but I think we should try it this way first.
Alright.
We're all gonna die.
That's depressing.
Alright,
Alright,
it's up to you
Aios.
to shoot the arrow.
Aios, I'm gonna have you roll me an arrow attack. And you are... I am gonna allow you for the attack roll to add your 1d4.
Hit it,
I'm
boy!
gonna count that as like just a little bit extra aim, just because we're not in a combat situation. You're taking a little bit more time to make sure that you're back quite a bit and that your arrow runs true.
So, I do a d20 for hit, right?
Yep. So yeah, on D&D Beyond, you will see it will say you'll be your D20 plus your modifier to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have to worry about the damage. It's just see.
I got a 3 plus 6. Do I roll a d4 on
Yeah,
top
you
of
can add
that?
your D4.
So that's 9. Oh no, that's not it. No. Hang on. Not having physical dice is kind of tricky. That will be another 3, so 6 plus 6, that's 12 total.
12. Yep. It doesn't hit its square in the middle where you were aiming. It's a little bit off center. For a moment there, you do worry that maybe it didn't get quite deep enough, but Kiba, you can kind of feel that it does feel like it's in there.
Okay. So I'm holding sturdy on the other side. And now I take it and I tie it around the post that is still up. Do you need me to do a survival for that before I try crossing?
Yep.
Okay, so that is a 20 plus the d4 plus my survival.
I would assume you want the lighter ones to go first.
Alright, 21.
Yeah, that knot is secure. Just as long as it holds on the other side, which, it does seem to be in there.
Okay. Acrobatics. Am I allowed to do this to kind of like monkey bar, but rope across?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can add my acrobatics +5 plus the D4, right?
Yep.
Okay, so first of all, 20. It's 14, +5 is 19, +4! 23.
Yeah, not a problem. In fact, the way that your upper body strength is actually pretty good, despite being an athletic role, you are able to mostly keep your torso and stuff out of the water as you're going. Your legs kind of helping you as you go across. You make it over quite easy.
So now we can do the pulley, you guys, if you guys aren't comfortable with trying to cross it like I did.
Yeah. You do notice, though, when you do arrive at the other side, the arrow is now kind of really loose in the wood. You barely made it across. You feel that if you had taken a little bit more time, or if you weren't as quick getting or as smooth getting across, it probably would have snapped on you.
Can you hold it?
I can.
How's your strength?
What?
Just tie it.
Just
Yeah.
Just tie it up.
Is there enough slack to tie it though?
Yeah, because it's loose on the other end pretty much. I just tied one. It's 10 feet over the distance, and since it was tied to a top of an arrow, it's probably at least 5 more feet of rope that I could tie across the. Unless if the DM says otherwise. Do I still have
5 feet of arrow? 5 feet of rope around a small arrow. That's a little bulky.
I meant still 5 feet left for me to try to tie around the what's it called?
Yeah, I'm saying because you wanted it to be tight on that end. And you can only get so much rope on your ankle. I'd say there's probably about a good foot.
We can also just untie on our side.
Exactly.
And then she can pull he can pull the slack. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you guys
So we can untie it.
Or
Yeah, we can untie
you
it,
can
and
hold
then
it
she
on
can tie
that
it from the
side
other.
while I go there, and we'll go. Me and Aeda's, we will tie again on both our sides, just because you know.
Whatever you guys feel safest, I am willing to try whichever thing you would like.
What do you think?
Why don't we just
you guys
untie it
across.
on our side because
Yeah, let's untie it on our side and have her tot it out, tie it up on her end, and then we'll do the rest over here.
because he seems pretty fine at tying knots. Is all I'm saying.
I'm a man, but yes.
Sorry. Yeah.
I am a strong boy.
I'm a
hot
strong boy.
My bad.
But
No, you're good, you're good. Alright. So, do they successfully untie my knot on the other side? Do you need to check anything for untying? Okay, cool. So, I take the rest of the slack, and I rolled a not that good, but hold on. I have +5. Oh, wait, this is
You also have that D4, right?
survival.
This
Yeah.
is survival? Oh, fuck, guys. Hold on. Okay, 4, 6, 10, 11.
Do we still have those D4s?
That's
you roll.
including the D4. That's including
shit.
the D4.
You're pretty confident in your knot.
Can I brace it just in case? Because I'm not that confident.
Yeah, just do that. I'll go
absolutely.
next. You want to
Okay.
tie the rope, Aedas?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to do it?
I can tie
And
it.
you guys
Alright.
know I'm super strong. By the by.
Oh, I trust you. I was just saying that I would go next so I can, properly tie the knot, the knot on the rope. On the man. Tie the
Yeah,
knot on.
You
understand.
don't know that the rope isn't completely tied up on the other end.
I just saw the job that Kiba did the other time, and I'm just like,
Kiba did great the other time.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Yeah.
the second time, the first time they were like,
Oh, the first time it was Robin. It was.
oh yeah,
that
that's
was
true.
great.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
about? No
That's true.
idea. You think
Yeah, I
that?
have
Probably
no idea.
fantastic.
I'm
Yeah,
bracing
I'm
it,
like-
guys, and I have a decent strength.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, perhaps the lighter person should go next.
Go ahead. Roll me your choice of acrobatics or athletics, depending on how you're going to be attempting to go over. If it's going to be like more of a monkey bar, if you're going to be trying
No.
to balance on top.
I'm gonna try balance on top.
Alright, give me an acrobatics.
I wrote that.
Fucking hell.
They're gone.
Have a strength saving. We're fine. Come on, let's go. We
And
got
with
this.
that, the satyr jumps up to get on the rope. And
Fail.
you fall immediately, but luckily you were still like above solid ground.
Oh.
So you lucked out.
Oh, I was ready to learn.
That's gonna be tricky.
I'm
You
still
can
braced
try
on this slide if anyone else wants to try.
I'll just go and like shimmy across.
Alright, roll me an athletics check.
Plus a D4. Yes.
I am now
18.
effectively very scared of the rope. Just saying.
18.
18, yeah, you get across just fine. Kiba, you are bracing it, and you, at first you're not holding it as hard as you would because you know that you have that,
Done.
it's tied at the bottom, or behind you, but you kind of feel like, oh, I'm actually holding a lot more weight than I should, so you would guess that the knot is not quite as tight as it should be. Carrot Car, so you do get over, but Kiba, you had to do a lot of work to hold it on that side.
Dope.
Yes, Dree?
Oh, that's the secret message thing.
Oh.
I can just brace the rope as well.
Can I suggest something for
Yeah.
the rest of us that are here?
I don't see a
Let's
secret
just tie,
message.
an rope around all of us so we can just like, you know.
So Karis and I can try to just pull you across the river? Okay.
Sure.
I'll wait for
I am
everyone to
scared.
cross.
I will not let anyone down.
I trust you. I don't trust myself.
What we should have done before Karis went over was have him bring a second rope over as he was going, and then we could have tied one around our waist and anchored
Exactly.
ourselves to the rope, and then they could pull us from the other side.
Exactly.
just come
that's
back.
what I was thinking.
And go back over again. I don't mind.
Well, I can tie. I can do that and then attempt to cross, just like Kara's did. And
Yeah, because I'm not gonna get across. Not gonna go well.
well, we still have to think of Gallagher, right?
Well, I can bounce Gallagher out, so he can just be gone, which is nice. But I'm definitely worried about myself. But if someone wants to go over with a rope,
Or you can just shoot another
he
rope.
can
can
just
do
shoot
that.
it again.
Yeah,
and I
we'll
get
just
us-
like pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just shoot it over. Like the same thing we did before.
Alright.
But we'll just like grab the rope after.
Alright, so I'll tie the rope
got
on a
another
new
thing.
arrow. And then
Yeah,
shoot it
everyone-
again.
Has one.
Everyone's got rope.
Cool.
Is that what you were suggesting?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Alright. So I can tie it myself.
Amanda.
Sorry. Why are you guys are texting me right now? Okay, sorry, you're trying to do the rope?
I'm tying the rope to the arrow to throw it on the to the other side.
Sure, absolutely. Survival check on that one.
That will be a D20.
And then you add your survival modifier.
And a 4.
And a plus D4.
I get a 2, then a 4, and then the survival, that's 2, that's an 8. I'm gonna die.
You miss. It doesn't quite reach the other side of it, and it kind of just lands in the water. I'm assuming you have a hold of the other end of the rope, though, so you can probably just reel it back in.
So,
Try again.
and shall I roll again, or just think of of another way. What do you guys think?
I can attempt to cross and. Wait, are you on the other side or are you on my side? Sorry, I had to leave for like 2 minutes.
Me, I'm still on your side. So on the side where we were originally, were Regan, Dri, Saphos, and myself. Only Kiva and Karis have crossed.
Okay.
Yes, cars.
Right, you've got like keys to those manacles, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what if you just like, attach the manacle to one wrist, flipped it over the rope, and attach it to the other wrist, and like, so that even if you do like slip, you're not gonna get dragged away.
How about you guys just tie it to yourselves or hold on to it, and then and then we just pull you in one at a time? Because between Karis and I think our strength will be able to muster up each individual person.
That's what we were trying. That's why I was shooting the rope over. So shall I try it again?
Yes.
I mean,
The rope didn't go?
I can attempt to cross and just bring it with me. I'm
Alright, hang on.
pretty dexterous. Sometimes.
Alright, got a 17 plus 2, 19 this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Go ahead, grab hold of the rope.
I'll tie myself off. I'm the biggest liability.
All right. Wrap it a few times around my hands. And
Got it.
Okay, I'll attempt to do what Kara's did and pretty much hold on with my hands and my legs on the rope that's already up, but loosely, and then do the best to pull, but let them support a lot of my weight for me.
Sure. Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a athletics to get yourself across. The DC will be different just because it's a little bit easier for you because they're holding you.
D4?
Natural 20.
Woo! Girl! You ain't need any of our help.
Yeah, you get up there and you're thinking to yourself, oh, they're supporting my weight, it'll be okay, and you just keep thinking those thoughts, and you scoot over before they even realize, you even moved, you're already halfway through, and they're like, oh, whoops.
oh shit!
Someone's already going. Little motorboating across the little rope there. Alright.
I guess the rope's on our side now, though, eh?
Aris is on our side. I mean, sorry, Gallagher.
That's Gallagher.
Yeah.
She's literally
Yeah.
a border collie. Sorry.
Oh, I don't
Do you use
like
Gallagher to bring the rope to the other side?
No, because I can just bounce him out.
No, but could he He can't bring
You
the
can
rope.
try to swim across.
Right. Okay.
If you lose him, you lose him.
Can we tie it around a rock or something and try to chuck it back?
40 feet.
Try.
Let's just do it this way.
If Regan has a safe way to make him cross, let her do it.
Yeah, I mean, if something's working for you guys, you can keep doing the same thing.
Yes.
So who's next? Dri, you want to go next, or Saphos?
Yeah, I'll give it a go, and she'll actually sort of cross her ankles and her arms and shimmy this way over top the rope, maintaining that.
Alright. I'm gonna make you do an acrobatics check. And you're gonna roll it with disadvantage. And you know why. But you can add your D4
Oh, thank
because
God.
you are blessed.
That's a 10?
A 10. So you start shimming across over top. Your balance is a little off and a little shaky. The rest of you do notice the rope is quite moving on it. and halfway across the rope, you do lose your balance and you fall into the water. And that's where we're going to take our break. So we'll be back in approximately 10 minutes. That gives everybody time to get some food, get some drinks, go to the washroom, do what you need to do, and we'll be back here in 10 minutes.
On a cliffhanger. All right.
Everyone remember.
When I was a child, I walked around with my hands stretched to my side. And in the front seat, I spread my fingers out when I learned to drive. Well, I was waiting for your hand. I was waiting for you. Yeah, I was waiting for your hand. I was waiting for you. When I was alone, I watched them slip as they sliced into my skin. At that hospital, where the blood poured over my arms and the light shined in. Well, I was waiting for your hand. I was waiting for you. Yeah, I was waiting for your hand. I was waiting for you. I was overjoyed at the hope that you'd walk in out of red light. All the days that I did not know if I'd make it through the night. How lucky am I to be alive, to love you. How lucky am I to be alive, to love you. Let me go. Let me go back and tell me I'll survive, and say someday you will find me. Let me go. Let me go back and tell me I'll survive, and so someday you will find me. Let me go. Let me go back and tell me when I was a child. Let me go back and tell me when I was a child. Let me go back and tell me when I was a child. Let me go. Let me go back and tell me I was overjoyed at the hope that you'd walk in at a red light. All the days that I did not know if I'd make it through the night. How lucky am I to be alive, to love you. How lucky am I to be alive.
So I want to
He's in the
jump.
water. I was gonna
I-
jump.
Wait.
So, welcome back to the stream. Hope everyone's little break was very,
We're
very.
just so goodly aligned. Are you good lawful?
Chaotic.
Oh, okay. I
Good.
jumped in.
I jumped in.
You're too
I
good
cut the
to
rope,
be chaotic.
grab it, and jump in.
We're really not from freaking already in the water. All right, cool. So, welcome back. As anyone still tuning in will know, half of the party has made it safely over this raging river, and poor Driana has now fallen into the water. So I'll allow anyone.
I cut the rope, grab it, wind it around my wrist, and I jump in after her.
All right.
Have to cut it.
Roll me an athletics check to swim. to get to her. Kiba, you're more than welcome to jump in too if that's what you're gonna do too.
I'll see how this goes. I'm pretty good at athletics and acrobatics, so I'll wait.
I'll wait as well since I still have Sappho's.
Did you cut the
21.
rope that connects the post to the tree?
Let him deal with Dree first, then we'll check the rope status later.
Sappho just looks at like
23.
You're still with me.
Yeah, Chorus leaps in, and with a couple swift, crawls, you do manage to catch up to Dree. Dree managed to actually slow her fall a little bit when she fell into the water. She did hang on a little bit until she did get swept away because it is a very, very, very fast-moving thing. But yeah, Karis, you managed to grab a hold of her.
Okay, I've got the rope in one hand, and so I throw my arm around her waist.
All right.
I can't do much, but I'll start helping. I'll start trying to pull in the rope to try and help them.
All right. Anyone helping you?
Kiva.
Okay, yeah, so, Regan, because you, immediately started pulling, I'm gonna allow you the athletics check with advantage because, Kiba is using the help action there.
Yeah.
And you do have a D4.
Yeah.
Thanks, Taiki.
That natural 20 would have come in handy. Let's glitch it out. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Got lucky on the dice with advantage. Is it 19 minus 1 plus 1 for the dude? 19.
19.
Nice.
Yeah, you do really well. Kiba is actually holding the brace, the rope that you hand off to her as you start pulling it in. Kiba's kind of the anchor. And your determination, Regan, you managed to pull both Karis and Brianna safely to the shore. However, poor Aitos and Saphos are stranded on the other side of the river.
Everyone has 50-foot rope in their pack.
You're right.
It comes with their adventurer packs.
So, Saphos, get your rope out.
Hold on, what do I have? Like, what?
Do we need
An emergency situation. Karis did the right thing.
Are we able to
Yes.
just climb out of the river? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so where do we stand? Is the rope all on the other side now? All the one that we were using?
Yeah.
Wait.
They cut it on the other side.
no, wait.
It was on the other side.
Exactly.
That's my bad.
So you had two set of ropes. One that I threw over the arrow, which you were going to use to help the
'cause
players,
I would have
and one
sent
that
the
was
rope
already
outside.
taught between the two.
It
So
wouldn't
which
have
one
been
did
me
you
and
cut?
Kiba.
Yeah, it
It
would have been Atos and
The second?
Saphos would have had to.
You're right. Yeah, Kiba and Anos wouldn't have been able to pull him in. It would have had to been, Kiba and Regan wouldn't have been able to pull him in. It would have to be the other end. So that's going to be a athletics check on Aedos and Saphos to pull them in.
If you guys want to pull them in. Because he got the rope on this side.
Yeah.
Which means the rope that's attached is on your side. I fucked that up. So.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
I got
That was
lost.
a little confusing.
Yeah, so I was confused about that. So how's the rope status at this point?
It's
they cut it on that
attached to
side.
it's attached to the rope on your end, and you see it's now floating downriver, but it's attached to your end, and you guys are
Okay.
holding Driana and Karis. So you would need to help by pulling them back in with the rope on your
Okay.
side.
So we'll pull them back.
do you want me to help you so you can
We
get
need-
advantage?
Athletics.
Yeah, athletics.
Okay.
Stathis, you have are taking the help action, so Aidos, you can roll it with advantage. So roll your d20 twice, add your athletics, and add your d4.
Okay, I got a natural 20 on my second roll, a
Sweet.
4, and I have a +4. So that's 28.
Holy
Yeah, not
shit.
a problem. Stathis anchors, and you just start, like, you've been you're beefed up, and you're
They're not helping at all.
adrenaline is just going, and you're like tossing rope back to Saphis to try to anchor. Saphis is just taking the rope, and it's like, whoa, buddy! And they manage safely over. So now it's the four of you on that side with Kiba and Regan just hanging out on the other side of the river.
Alright, so we're gonna try this again. Saphos, we may need your rope since it was cut to recover some of the length that was lost, and I guess we're gonna have to try the arrow again. This time it doesn't need to actually be taught in the post, since Kiba can help us there tie it up, I guess. So as long as it gets there, right?
Yeah, it just needs to make it across the river.
Okay. So, shall I roll another hit? Boy, I'm pushing my luck here. Wait up. That's 14 plus 2, that's 16 plus 6, that's 22.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, it comes flying over. Actually, Kiba, I'm gonna have you do something kind of fun. Roll me a dexterity check.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah? Right now?
Yeah,
Plus
go
the
ahead.
4?
Plus the 4.
I'm not even gonna look. 2, 6, 18. 21.
Are you doing deflect missiles?
Similar. Just because Kiba was just very much like high focused after seeing Kars go in there, Kiba's been like, okay, I'm ready for my moment. Eidos, you aim your arrow for the posts, and it's heading in that direction, but the weight of the rope kind of slows it down, and it's coming nicely. Sorry, that's my cat. He plays the piano once in a while. Robin can attest that he serenades us at least 6 times a night during our other sessions.
Yeah, if he signed, can we hire him for a gig?
Sure! He actually did like, there's this like emo song that is like, dun, 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 dun. He actually played those notes the other day, and I was like, ooh, buddy.
Wait up.
He was just walking across it, but it was those exact notes, and immediately, like,
He should be a
bard,
cat musician.
right? he's a bardy guy. So it's floating nicely across, and Kiba, you have no problem. You just reach out and grab it from the air.
So I reach out and I grab the arrow. I do one of the grab it with my other hand and then bring it to my back, and then just start like pulling it in. So I'm bracing the arrow with this side, and I'm just like bringing the rest of it down here and pulling them across.
Alright, we're gonna tie it, and also, no, it's already tied, never mind.
Alright.
We're just gonna tie amongst ourselves, so we're all connected.
Yes, once again. So, Karis, do you want to cross next so you can help in case something else happens?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so now you're using the second rope to tie around yourselves to keep connected. Is that what I'm getting?
Connected to what? What?
I just feel like we should like not just connect one person, we connect everyone. That way it's not
We
just
can all
like,
go together.
I don't think that
We could all
I
go
don't
together.
think that's a
right?
safe way to go, because if something happens, it'll be only one
Put a
shot.
rope though.
Oh, but
Like,
if
I've
like
used
one
mine.
person fails and the other two could like
yeah,
keep them.
that's what I'm saying.
How many ropes have been used? I've used mine.
I've used mine.
I used mine.
Okay, so that's 3. Saphis just
4.
used theirs. Did you use
was I
yours,
not
Kiba?
pulling someone across?
Yeah, I'm just wondering how many. Everyone should have 50 feet of rope, and
No, it's just
They
use
set
3.
their standard.
Maybe it's 4.
There should be one still on the other
yeah,
side.
there'll be one on the other side with me and Kiba.
And
tied
there's one
to
on
the-
our side that's shorter now.
Yeah.
Which I can put back into my bag, since we don't need it anymore. And one I just got shot across.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure, because if we're running short on ropes, then we might have to put more than one person across at a time, but if we have enough, we can do it. But now we've used a bunch of ropes, and now there's 4 people back on the other side.
Yes.
So-
What if we wait at a time?
I'm bringing 2 people across right now, Scott.
Yeah, I guess we can do it two people at a time.
Because there's like 3 people on our side, and we're pretty strong.
There's
There's only 2 on your
right
side.
now.
Yeah, 2 on your side.
And from that, I think you're the only one strong enough. So that's why I was thinking
yeah.
No,
about
no.
sending Karis over once again, and see if with 3 and 3 we can make something else.
I mean, I could go with Karis, because I'm not like that heavy.
And I could do the manacle thing too, so that even if you do lose your grip on the rope, you're not going to get swept away.
Yeah, you're still attached to the rope.
You're still attached.
Put the biggest liability with the strongest person.
There you go. Yeah, well, I'm still pretty strong myself.
I'm also pretty strong, so
Regan's yelling across the river, not to metagame. Put the biggest liability with the strongest person.
That's
all right, Dree, would you like
Me.
to cross with me? Zaphos? What are you?
I'm more reliability than Tree. Trust
Okay.
me, I'm very weak.
All right, we will traverse the rope together then.
It's better because then like Ados and Dree can like go together.
Alright,
they'll
and,
How are the
each
2
other.
of you going across the rope?
Dree, do you have 2 pairs of manacles here, or just the one?
Just the one. Multiple pairs of manacles seems a bit,
Well,
expensive.
Oh dear.
Can they like be slide over on their own?
I don't. Probably not.
With a
Seems like a
strength
trouble
check
level.
to launch it, or a check to
Can
dexterity.
you give me a little bit of that like shorter rope?
Oh, just tie yourself. Oh, okay. Yeah.
To you, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that works.
To your back. I'll just
All right.
like
So I'll have you guys roll me, or I guess, Karis, because you're anchoring. I'll have you roll with advantage. No, not advantage. Karis, you're gonna roll me your roll to get across. Saphis, you're going to be rolling your own. So each individual athletics checks.
athletics.
Yep.
Or no.
26.
11 minus 1, so that's 10.
Okay. Yeah. So, Karis, you start pulling yourself over. Saphis is having a little bit of a trouble, but is actually managed to make it across just because you are tied to Karis, and Karis is, with the momentum that he's using to get across, you're kind of being pulled across as well. So, with your combined rolls, you do manage to get across, leaving just Driana and Aetos
And I'll just like
on the other side.
Yes.
So,
All right.
how do you want to cross?
Well, I think I proved that my judgment in river crossings is maybe not to be trusted. So, what do you think, Aetos?
I guess if we still have some leftover rope on this side, we can do similar to what Karis and Saphos did. We don't have the manacles, but I can use my sword to slide down and just
We
have
didn't use
you.
the manacles.
What?
We did not use them. Sorry, we didn't use the manacles.
Oh, you didn't use them. Okay, now we can use them.
I'm just tied to
Yeah, we just tied
Karis.
to each other.
Alright.
Up to you three. We can use the manacles. I can carry you around.
Well, I'll attach one to his wrist, string it over the rope, attach one to my other wrist, and we're essentially secured to the rope. Shall we?
Let's go.
Both give me athletics checks. Robin!
So bad tonight.
Alright, what did you roll? The 1!
I did not roll a 1, but I ended up with a 3.
Did you add your d4?
Oh, no, I did not.
Or your modifier?
I did my D4 plus my 4 athletics. That was a 7.
Oh no, you guys. Fuck! We just flew across a river.
Which is the
7.
7 and a 7!
Can I just hop onto the rope, go down and fucking pull them?
We're attached over the rope, so even if we fall, we're probably not going.
Yeah, no,
anywhere.
so what happens is you guys
Right.
start going, and then immediately, both of you at the same time lose your grip on the rope, and now you're like, your legs are flung back, and you're caught on
Can
the
I
rope.
try
and-
one thing? I don't know if this will work.
Wait, how are we hanging on?
I
You are
try-
hanging on, hold on, you are hanging on, your wrists are attached to the manacles that are around the rope, so you're like, basically, it's like you're you're floating away, like, and like barely, you have no grip on anything, but the fact that you both wrapped around the rope, it's like, almost like a daisy link. So you have no purchase, and you're just getting hit by waves and trying to keep your head above water as you both fight against this water that's hitting you.
How many gallons would it be, like, to have, like, a thin strip of, like, water just, like, from where they are to...
Can I throw a firewall and disengage the rope on the end that we just left? No, never mind. That will
No,
throw
don't
us
do
into
that.
the water.
How many gallons of water to make a thin strip of water? How do you
No,
mean?
like, how many gallons is this, like, the strip of a thin strip of water between where they are and where we are?
It depends. What are you trying to do with it?
Destroy it?
Oh, you're trying to destroy water with water?
Okay, Katara.
It would take a lot. This is a 40-foot wide raging river.
Yeah, that would work.
So to disrupt it, you probably need a force as equal.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the rope that I have yet to use and tie it across the middle part of my throwing star, and I am going to throw that lower than the rope that is already tied on that they're slowly hanging on. So I'm gonna throw one of the shards, and it's gonna nick lower on the thing, the railing that's still there.
Mhm.
And if I can do it really well, like if I get a really good roll, then I want to do it with like a boomerang propel action, since throwing stars are the shit. So then it could actually like loop around and then like, you know, like connect on itself underneath the part of the rope that I threw.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try that with my ninja shard and my 50-foot rope. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then that way, like they can use what they have to like grab onto the shorter one, and then be able to like reassess the balance or athleticism. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Okay. So for the first roll, ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Plus the D4, and then what is this?
This would be dexterity.
Okay.
So it would be like your throwing star attack, really.
I used it came in my sheet as simple weapons, but that shouldn't be simple, since when I was making it, it was short sword and ninja stars. Throwing stars. I don't know why my sheet says simple weapon, but it should be throwing stars.
Gotta get you using D&D Beyond, girl. It's all there and it updates as you go.
I gotta get used to 5. Like I'm still in 3.5, yo.
Yeah,
But my roll wasn't bad. It was 12 plus 2 plus 3. So that is 14, 15, 16, 17.
Sorry, how much? 17?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. will work.
What?
I'm just seeing if this is gonna work. Alright. Yeah, it is successful. It swipes true, and it wraps around, and it definitely meets its mark. Good job.
Alright, guys, I shout out to them. Grab onto the rope to sturdier grip, because like they're pretty close to each other. And then that way they have like two things. Even like if they want to hold on to the higher one and throw their legs on the shorter one, like that way, like it's a little bit easier. Exactly. Perfect. Perfect execution.
All right, you guys can repeat your athletic rolls to get over the rest over now that you've got your balance about you.
Woo!
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet.
Okay, that's better. I got 17 plus 4, 21 this time.
Yep.
Yes.
Brianna, how'd you do?
Stop it.
16.
16?
Yes!
Yeah, you guys make it across now that you have that
Finally.
additional support from the other rope.
We crossed the river, guys. Look at us go.
I was this close to cast spiritual weapon and have you like just grab it and me like yeah, this close.
Well, we should leave our rope there so that we can have it on the
Can I? Well, yeah, I guess we can do that. But what if someone takes it?
We still got more rope.
Not that much.
Not that much. We used almost all. So I was thinking.
It's not like just like a one
Another
go
shard and cut it
kind of
on
thing.
Yeah, we still have rope.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
still have the
Oh, on
rope.
this side, we can just untie it, right?
Yeah.
I can throw another shard and like cut and see if it's high enough to like cut through the two that are still tied up on the other side.
On the other side, yeah.
What I was
Or we
thinking.
could leave them tied up there so that on the way back down we don't have to do that yet.
That's true.
At least the first one. We can
Yeah.
work on untying the second one that Taylor sent.
Up to you guys.
Yeah.
My only thing would be, we know, like, this is a climbing situation up to a mountain, so we might need the ropes.
That's
Yes.
my point, which is why I was considering
Okay.
we'll struggle on the way back. Anyways, so
Yeah,
I agree it would be
rope.
easier just to leave it. And even, we could leave one.
but not two.
Yeah, I feel
Alright, with that
it
being
could be it could be a risk, like it's...
Kiva takes out, I think I have 10 to start with, so now I have 9. So Kiva takes out one of his 9 left, throwing stars, and
Wait, before you throw it, I can throw a firebolt and see if I can burn the rope on that end and just let it loose.
perfect.
That way you don't lose a star.
Perfect.
Do it up.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll just like collect my rope. Like,
So
front of the end, I'm
Aidos,
So I got a 10 plus 2, that's 12.
and because you have time to aim because you're not in combat, you can add your D4.
Oh yeah. Adding the D4.
Yeah.
Adds another 2, that's 14.
14. Yeah, you managed to hit it. It does burn up the rope a little bit as the firebolt does hit. So you probably lose another about 2 or 3 inches of the rope on the end just to burning alone. But the rope does come free and you're able to pull it in.
Awesome. Shall we keep going?
Yeah.
Let's grab the rope that we have and let's go.
Yep.
Let me just...
Alright, Kiva continues straight on the path, making sure that Aidos is safe. Leo.
As you're collecting the ropes and getting ready to continue on the journey, 2 of you notice, actually it's Regan and Driana. Actually, Driana, you don't see it. Regan, you do. It was kind of missed earlier on, but as you're kind of getting ready, you do notice that there is a little bit of rope left from where the bridge originally collapsed. And your eye just catches it, and it looks very clean cut.
I'll mention it to the group.
So maybe we'll just retrieve both ropes and not just one.
We did, yeah.
No, we did one. We didn't do.
Yeah, we did
both.
one.
Okay, yeah, then we should probably take the other one too,
Yeah.
because that shows. So.
Just be safe.
No.
Yeah, if we we should probably bring the other one. Obviously, sounds like there might be some sabotage.
Are you doing it the same way, Aidos?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. This sounds like someone is trying to sabotage the games.
I was just gonna ask Aotos, do you know if other people know the path? Like, if they know that this is the path to the mountain to get the fire?
Well, it is a well-known path for any Firebringer. Not sure who in the city will know about it. Shall I know if anyone else should know?
Roll me I'm gonna go with a history check.
That's a 7.
A 7. Nope. What you know, the knowledge that you have about this area was specifically, I need to be here to do this. The path seems like worn, but as you get closer up the mountain, it seems to be a little bit less used, and you have seen a couple other paths kind of going around. So up until a certain point, it probably is a well-known, well-trekked place, but from where you guys are, it's anyone's guess.
My guess is we've seen other people on the road. Most likely there's other things out here that we don't know about, and anyone's guess. It could be a direct sabotage to what we're doing, or it could be something else.
They mentioned it was dangerous. We probably should have asked what was so dangerous about it.
That's
Good
true.
point.
And also,
Well, we were all assuming snakes, right? That I was
just,
prepared for snakes,
normal
not for
terrain issues.
sabotage. Anyway,
and also, too many coincidences. Or coincidence, like we say in my city.
Yeah, we have encountered some weird things on the way up.
Mm-hmm.
a little bit.
So you guys watch as Aidos prepares another ball of fire from his hands. Some of you have seen magic used before, especially ones that have interactions with gods. Others maybe never. But Aidos being that a Promethean ranger, Prometheus is associated with, he was the bringer of flame to the humanity. It's kind of like a cool little effect as he creates this little fireball and releases it again. And I'll have you roll me the same attack to see if you can.
Oh, much better. I got a 19 plus 2, that'll be 21.
Oh yeah, this one, you release it fast and true, and it just tears through it very cleanly. There's no additional burn mark. It just, and you're able to roll that rope in, not a problem.
Alright, let's get the rope and let's get out of here.
Alright.
So you guys continue on the path. It's starting to getting a little bit steeper and a little bit rockier, and you can see that you're getting close to this one specific cliff face where the map shows that the entrance is. You can see by the depiction on the map that it seems to be higher up, and that there's supposed to be a rope ladder. And you do see the rope ladder coming into view, but it seems to have been rolled up. It's like barely hanging from this entrance about 60 feet up on the cliff. Like someone has gone up and pulled it up.
See what I mean?
Sorry, how far up?
60 feet.
Shit.
Can you do cool monk shit?
I mean, eventually monks can just like run up stuff.
Yeah.
In the level
Any ideas?
5e.
Yeah, but not till later.
Yeah. But maybe you can find some rocks and just be quick and, like, get up there.
What?
Or maybe I can be a goat and just, like,
Goat?
do my goat
Just
stuff.
do goat stuff.
I mean, I'm not a goat. I'm half goat, but, like, maybe I can do goat stuff.
I could make Gallagher a goat if we want to sit here for an hour.
I mean,
Just saying.
the point is, like, to pull the ladder down, and I don't know if, like, a goat Gallagher can do that.
Well, maybe like a large bird Gallagher.
A
And,
large
fly
bird.
up and drag it down with his beak.
Oh,
Or
that's true. Sorry. You say?
But it would take an hour
Um,
for me to do it.
I've been listening to this, and I'll say, can you position me, like, directly beneath where the rope ladder should be?
Yeah. I'll put Dre right against the face so that she can look up.
And I'll start climbing.
All right. You do have a climbing speed, don't you?
I do.
Perfect. So what's your climbing speed?
It's 30 feet, I believe? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is. 30 feet.
All right. Yeah. So absolutely. Okay. Right. So I'm going to need you, just because you do have the climbing speed, that means that you are able to get up a little bit better than normal people. Normal people have a climbing speed about 15, so you can go faster is what it means. You can climb things faster than a normal person can. However, the degree of difficulty, it does stay the same. So it's going to take you 2 athletic rolls to get up. Are you using how are you measuring? Are you just like gonna go straight up? Are you gonna be looking up, looking down, using feeling?
I'm gonna be going by straight feeling. I have my little sort of like claw fingernails, so I'll be like reaching up.
Where's the sun?
Yeah, where's the sun right now?
The sun, it's a midday, a mid-afternoon. It is directly high in the sky, right above us.
Yeah, so I'll be doing this by feel alone, and just really anchoring one before, like having 3 anchored before I move a 4th limb.
Okay.
Come on.
Give me 2 athletic rolls.
14.
Okay. And your second roll?
Ooh, dirty 20.
The first little bit you find getting started is pretty difficult, especially since you're not relying on sight. You're literally having to feel where your next foothold or fingerhold is going to be, but you do manage to get in a bit of a rhythm, and about halfway up, you feel like the sun is not beating down on your face as hard, and you're actually able to see a little bit clearly, and it aids in you to get the rest of the way up, and you do successfully make it up to the ledge 60 feet above, and pull yourself up, and up there is the rope ladder, 60 feet that you can throw down, and you're at an opening of what you believe to be is the mouth of Python.
Yeah, I will, I'll toss down the rope ladder and just kind of stare off into space while I wait for people to climb up, because it'd be too, trying to watch it.
Alright, I take that ladder and I start climbing up.
I'll have you give me, the DC is going to be much lower because you do have a rope ladder, but it is still 60 feet of having to climb. Give me 4 athletics rolls.
4.
Yep.
Okay. First one is 13 plus athletic. Okay. Okay. First one is a 15. Oh wait, do I still have my four?
Yep, you can use those.
Ooh, 19.
Okay.
16, 17, 18, 19 again. That's
Perfect. Also,
good.
yeah, you have no problem getting up, and
That was only
you
2.
reach. That was only 2? Oh, sorry, I thought it was 16, 17,
Yeah,
18.
the next one
You were
is
counting.
8.
8?
Yeah,
Okay.
the number 3 was 8, and then the last one is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Yeah, so you get about halfway up, and you start to slow down a little bit. Your arms are getting a little bit fatigued, and you find yourself slipping. And I'm going to have you make me a dexterity saving throw on that third roll.
Is that just the same as my dexterity?
In your top left-hand corner, it will show a box of saving throws, and it will tell you what your modifier is for.
Okay, cool.
And you can add,
18.
18, yeah. You slip and start to fall, but immediately you manage to grab on, and you, using that adrenaline now pumping through, the fatigue in your arms that you felt are it's a little less, and so you manage to make it up the rest of the way. While this is happening, though, Driana, you do notice, as you're sitting up there with your passive perception, there's a small bush kind of right beside the opening, and there is 2 curious items sticking out of it. One seems to be an item of clothing, and the other one seems to be a bottle.
What? Sorry on that last one?
An item of clothing and a bottle seems to be stuffed behind this bush.
Yeah, I'll go and investigate that for sure.
Oh, for sure, eh?
For sure.
I'll have you roll me an investigation. While who's going up next?
Kaz,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
maybe you should go up and you can bring up 2 ropes tied together, and then you can just be up there holding the rope just in case, myself or anyone else slips.
Oh, so
trying to
you
get-
guys can tie the rope around yourselves while you
Yeah.
climb up.
Yeah.
Sure, I can do that.
That's a
So I'll
Safe
tie
bet
2
for the
ropes.
rest.
Can I tie 2 ropes together?
Yeah.
Because we need more length because it's 60 feet.
Yep,
Would I get a
okay.
feel that if I sprouted my legs, that it would be easier for me since goats and mountains combine very well?
Goats, you would be able to stand on smaller ledges, and so yes, you'd be able to balance a bit better than regular feet on small ledges of rocks or even the small ledges of ladders. Yeah, your balance would be a little bit better.
Okay, I'll go up.
What was your investigation, Regan? Well, Heike, Paris, you can roll me your 4.
Do I still have the D4?
Yes. Actually, no, at this point you would not. It would wear off.
Then 12.
12, okay. As you're looking at it, it's very clear that it is an empty wine bottle and a type of religious-looking robe. What did your rules?
15, 20, 18, and 24.
Boy.
Awesome. So yeah, you managed to make it all up with no problem.
Alright, so I'll throw down one end of the rope and, hang on to the other end pretty tight.
Can I
Oh.
can I test my knot? I'll grab the other end and test it, pull on it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll a check for the knot?
Yep, survival.
Uh, 16.
16 seems secure.
Okay, I'm gonna tie it around me and go up.
Roll me your
Athletic.
4 checks.
Athletics.
Yep.
My thing. Okay. I'll just use dice. Alright, so my first one was an 11. My second one was a natural 1, -1, so 0.
God.
I have a rope, though!
The world cried out for a hero.
I'm more of a team player than like an individual hero.
Alright, what was your, okay, we'll go with there. So you actually start off doing okay, for the first 15 feet. It's very tiring. You're already starting to feel the fatigue, and as soon as you start your next 15 feet, you do slip and begin to fall. Karis, I'm gonna need you to roll me an strength saving throw.
Saving throw? Okay. Do I get to add that D4 to it too?
No, unfortunately, it's been more than an hour.
Alright.
Oh! Well, at least I'm only 15 feet up.
It's a total of 5.
Yeah, unfortunately, it starts to come out of your hands a little bit. You drop the rope, and Regan goes down.
Can I catch him?
If you want, you're probably going to take some damage as a 15-foot drop
Just
with
let me
a
fall.
regular-sized woman is falling. You can definitely try and get hurt a little bit depending on your roll.
Well, if I can at least,
Yes!
minimize the impact.
Go for it. You can roll me. Give me an athletics check while I roll some damage dice.
Alright. That'll be 16 plus 4, 20.
20. Yeah, you do manage to catch Regan, so I'll let you both split the damage that I just rolled.
It's not gonna be too bad. Ha! Nice.
Nice.
So we each get 1.
You each get 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Like, oof.
That was close.
Sorry, you okay down there?
Yeah. Thanks.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I think we're all tired.
Did I
That river
see
was...
any of this?
You would not be able to see any of this, no.
I'm
Obviously, sorry.
gonna
you,
sprout my legsy legs
Okay.
and just prepare myself.
You, we're all tired from that river. It was pretty brutal.
A little bit.
By the way, this is the
Oh,
first time that everyone except for Karis has seen my legs, right?
So anyone that's at the bottom, you would be able to see goatish legs appear on Saphis.
Need trick.
Well, there's no rope anymore.
Yeah, the rope is tied around Regan and at the bottom again.
I'm
Saphis, you're
gonna
more
untie
than...
it. I'm gonna untie it to myself and give it to Saphis and say, if you're going up, take this with you.
Ah, thank you.
Time I'll just tie it to my body.
Now,
Okay, so Saphis, give me 4 rolls.
do I have advantage?
It's going to be a different DC for you.
Okay. Still not good, because, natural 20.
There's 1.
That's for what, sorry? For athletics?
Yep.
So 19.
Okay.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
17, so 16. 19, so 18.
Nice.
No, that was my legs. And that's 2, so 1.
Oh,
Alright, roll
When I was
me
like-
a dexterity saving throw while
way up
I
there.
narrate the fact that your legs are little hoppy little goat things, and it seems more like instead of climbing, you're like hopping up each individual rung.
oh, dude, you're way up there.
You get 45 feet before your little goat toes slip, and you try to grab yourself, but you fall backwards 5 feet. Let me get all these D6s out now.
oh no. Oh no.
I'm gonna die.
It was nice to know you.
No, it's a D6. It's a D6 per 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yep, I rolled a 5, 4, 2, and 1. So that is a total of 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
Man, this mountain is fucking dangerous.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Who's trying next?
And I'm tired. You want to do it, Adis?
I was thinking I shall stay here just in case.
No, you're stronger. Go up with the rope and help us.
And who's gonna help you down here?
We'll be fine.
No, he has a point. Do you want to try again?
Come on, Regan. I'll cut you again. If you fall.
I'm not going up without a rope. I'm not.
I'll hop my head over the ledge. Regan, you can do it. Your people are
No, if no one else is gonna go up and bring the rope up, I'll sit here for an hour and make Gallagher.
Alright, I'll bring the rope up.
fly.
So I can
Not
always
going
try
up.
and shoot it.
Hold on. I have a thing, which is
Shooting the rope up is a good idea.
I will guide Regan, and then I'm gonna guide me, and then I'm gonna guide Adis.
It's concentration. Guidance is concentration.
Okay, so I'm gonna guide you, and then I'll guide me when you're done.
I'm not going up without a rope. Not.
I can shoot the rope up.
See if I can catch it. He is.
Yeah. I'll just guide you. I'll
Very
just
tricky.
guide you. Let me just guide you. And you can add a D4 to an ability check.
I mean, I do still have my rope. I can lower it down.
That'll be nice.
Oh my.
Nobody asked.
We need to tie it.
Woman!
We need to tie it to your rope.
You said so!
All three of you need to hold the rope.
Buy it to Garrus.
Yep, tie it to me.
Wait, that's 50 feet.
Yeah, it's
right?
only
And
50
we're
feet, so do we have
60.
another? I still have, it's not...
I mean, you can climb the first 10 feet to the rope and then attach it to you.
We'll help you. We'll help you.
We have
okay.
rope down here, so what I was
it's
thinking
tied
is
around me.
I can climb the 10 feet and just tie the 2 ropes. Then I can go back down, keep it taut so they can, and if Karis has it tied on the other end, they can use it to just walk on the wall, hanging on the rope, you know? Nope.
Tie it. No, it might be safer just for them to tie it to
No,
themselves.
tie it to themselves, so then you can just pull the... Karis can just pull it
Yeah,
out.
as they come up, I'll
Like
cover
rappel.
the slack. But I'll have it tied around me too, so if it like slips from my hands, like still on me.
You may fall yourself, but okay.
Alright, who's
And
up?
Two people can pull them.
If there's
Yeah.
3 of them up there holding the rope.
Yep.
All right.
And holding Karis.
Alright,
Who's up first?
so I'll climb the 10 feet to tie the rope,
Okay.
and then go back down to allow one of them to go first.
Okay.
Alright. Roll me an athletics check and a survival check.
I got a natural 20 plus 4 for athletics.
Nice.
And what was the other one?
A survival.
And I got a 12 plus 2, 14 for the survival.
Yeah, you're pretty confident about your rope. You're not. Alright. Do you continue on the way up?
So, no, I go down to allow them to tie the rope.
Okay.
And just be here in case anything else happens.
Alright. For the speed of it,
First.
Regan, are you going back up?
Sure.
Okay. I'll have you roll one roll.
Guidance.
It won't take long to roll 4 rolls.
Okay, sure.
Okay, 11.
You could have just taken one with guidance.
No. With guidance, it's 3.
Oh god.
Roll me dexterity saving throw.
But I would not go up without a rope.
You have the rope.
Roll me a
I know,
dexterity
I'm saying
saving
if
throw.
I didn't have the rope, it would be even harder.
And I'm a lot more prepared this time.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw, Regan.
Well,
Oh, wait.
Karis
Karis is holding you. Karis, roll me a strength saving throw.
with the aid of Kiba and Driana.
Yeah, you can take advantage.
Advantage? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. 18.
Yeah, so, Regan, you get up the first 15 feet, and then as you do the next 15 feet, you do slip. But Karis, with the help of the rest of the companions up there, manages to steady you, and you don't lose any. You just kind of just hang off a little bit, and then get your grip, and you can continue. Yep. You may continue with your next 2 rolls.
Okay. Oh shit! D20 down.
Which D20?
The Xena one.
Oh,
I got it.
a good one.
Woo! That's a pretty good roll. 16.
Okay.
Another 16.
Very good. Yeah, you make it all the way up to the top with that Xeno dice. I'm using my Rheingold one tonight.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, you managed to make it up just fine.
Yeah, I'll drop the rope back down.
Who's up next?
I guess me. I'm gonna guide myself.
Okay. Give me 4 athletic rolls.
With my hoovy legs. Well, that's 17 minus 1 plus 1. That's 17. That's a natural 20, so 19. That's 18, so 17. And why? Natural 1.
Okay, we've got a rope. We've got a rope.
All right.
Yes, roll
Oh,
me.
the 4th one.
This is why we needed a rope.
With advantage because you have help.
Yeah, 16.
16, yeah, you manage. There's a little bit of a drop, like you weren't quite prepared as you were the last time, but it's still not enough to like phase you, and you're managing. You can get your grip about you again, Saphis, and then make that roll once again.
Okay.
One more.
I'm just gonna jump. I'm just gonna straight up jump. Because I can.
What, 12 feet up? No, 12
Yeah.
feet across. 8 feet up, I think.
I have double jump distance.
Yeah, it was.
We calculated it for you that one time.
Yeah, it's.
I can? I don't. Maybe I can't. It's dexterity?
It is 3 plus your strength modifier.
Oh.
No. Are you sure it's the modifier? We went through this last time.
Yeah, it
Is
says
it
if you make a high
strength
jump
four?
straight into the air, it is number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength.
Yes,
so
your
4
strength-
again. So 2, which double is 4, so no, I can't. So I have to, still climb. Okay, 18 minus 1 is 17. Fuck it up.
And then the distance, I think, was 8 feet that you can go. It was 4 feet in the air and 8 feet across.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, Bailey?
No, jump distance is, isn't it half of your...
Yeah, I was just reading the 5e rules on jumping.
Okay.
It says when you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier.
oh yeah, the long jump is the strength score.
Right? Yeah, you managed to make it up the rest of the way anyway. So all that's left is Aedos, I believe.
Much. So I can tie the rope in and try climbing up.
So 4 athletics rolls for me.
Oh my god. So I got 2 natural 20s, 1 1, and
Really?
1 12.
Okay,
And I have a +2 acrobatics. Not sure if.
So
No, there was athletic rolls, but that's okay. Karis, strength save.
Oh shit. Oh, it dropped. Oh, this is another one. That is 18.
15, yeah, not a problem. So you're climbing up nice and fast for the first 30 feet, and then you slip a little again. Karis does hold you up, so you can give me one more roll.
D20?
Yep, with your athletics modifier.
9.
9. It is enough. You slow down, you're a little bit more cautious, so it takes you a little bit more time than it would for the rest of the trip up. But you do manage to make it up, and everyone is up safely.
Alright, guys. Beat a river, beat a cliff. We can do this.
Karis, we owe you our lives.
Yeah, no worries.
Me especially. You
No, me too.
in that river.
I wasn't just gonna let it take you away.
Perhaps one day I may be able to return the favor. That was very brave of you.
Thanks.
Like Hercules himself.
Ah.
that was. I'm exhausted, and you guys pulled me most of the way, and I'm exhausted.
Yeah, the past couple hours have been rough.
Can I just say one thing? Ouch!
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big fall.
I felt like a third of the distance that you felt, and I'm hurting. So, you must be in rough shape.
You fell?
Oh, yep. But it wasn't as bad as Sathis falling.
Oh yeah, I was almost up, and then I was like, yeah, and then it almost happened again. If it wasn't for Karis, I'd be slapped.
And the rope. If it wasn't for the rope.
No,
Yeah,
the rope was
Savis.
a good idea.
I'm very glad you're okay. But Regan, you fell?
Yeah, I'm alright. It's fine. Aotis kind of caught me, actually. So it could have been a lot worse. Also, Sathis fell a long way.
I did.
They did.
Oh,
Yeah, it was bad.
She'll start not in like a weird sex, but she'll start checking out, checking her bone, just to make sure are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. Are you okay after, going down the river?
Yeah. It's a nice jaunt in the water, as I'm sure someone has said at least once. I don't know.
Yeah, we got lucky. This is extremely dangerous.
This is a rough path.
It is a rough path.
And
I don't think you could have done this alone.
it was Kars, you said, that saved you?
Aotis caught me at the bottom, yep. Kars saved Sathis.
Yeah, they did. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Here to help.
Bro.
Alright.
Should we continue now that we've made it all the way here?
Yeah.
Go.
I wonder why the rope was pulled up.
Walking. I'll pull Aetos aside. Doesn't mean what it used to me, but it's really all I had. You saved my best friend, so Here's my holy symbol of, Apollo. As thank you. She means the world to me, and you saved her.
Was nothing. I mean, I was just there. Catch him.
Nothing for you, perhaps, but everything for me. You can count me as a friend.
Here.
Who pulled up the ladder? Why was it knocked down?
Oh,
I don't know.
sorry.
Is it cut?
No, it doesn't seem cut, right? Because we were able to use it after, like, we pulled it
Yeah, no,
down.
it was just pulled up.
Got it. I suspect that we will be seeing someone or something ahead of us.
I think that's a good assumption, yep. Does it look like, can I see any signs of, like, tracks or anything?
Give me an investigation check.
It is interesting that we found like the bridge cut and now this pulled up. This is just. This does not seem like just a once over event.
No, someone doesn't want you here.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Seems to be the case.
Someone doesn't want you to get fire to the Pythian Games.
So, as you're investigating, you do notice that there seems to be foot tracks that are fresh in the layer of loose dirt up there. Some of them are yours, but you do notice a little bit of blood dried up that's kind of just at the end. Maybe someone cut themselves while climbing and as they were boosting.
Is this blood fresh?
Roll me a medicine check.
That's a good roll. Hold up. Medicine.
Oh, yeah.
18.
18. About a day and a half old.
Okay. Looking around, I see that we've come to like a decently cleared path. The blood is a little bit alarming, but after investigating it a little bit further, I realize that it's a day old. And I decide to make camp, seeing that some people were injured along that climb in the water. And I will take the first shift because I don't think that we should all rest just unguarded and unprotected. So if you guys all wanted to heal, rest, recoup, I don't mind taking
This would
It will have to be a short rest since we are tied
A short
on
rest is
schedule.
usually about an hour. So if you guys wanted to take a short rest, that would be a good place to do it. Yes,
And
Sapphis?
with that, Seth was just like falls asleep.
Alright, so you guys can go ahead and those using the D&D Beyond app, you can click your short rest, and anyone that needs to spend hit dice to gain back some points, you're able to do that. And we will end the session there, because things are about to get heated inside the belly of the Python. And so we will pick up 2 weeks from tonight. So that's going to be, this next stream is going to be Saturday, August 8th. So we will see you all there. Have a good night.
When I was a child, I walked around with my hands stretched to my side. And in the front seat, I spread my fingers out when I learned to drive. Well, I was waiting for your hand. I was waiting for you. Yeah, I was waiting for your hand. I was waiting for you. When I was alone, me go. Let me go back and tell me I'll survive, and say someday you will find me. Let me go. Let me go back and tell me I'll survive, and so someday you will find me. Let me go. Let me go back and tell me when I was a child. Let me go back and tell me when I was a child. Let me go back and tell me when I was a child. Let me go. Let me go back and tell me I was overjoyed at the hope that you'd walk in and around. All the days that I did not know if I'd make it through the night. How lucky am I to be alive, to love you? How lucky am I to be alive?